Okay, welcome for the new session. And so we have to summarize what happens tomorrow. What is important? We have defined what is out-of-body travel. This is not lucid dreams. This is not psychic abilities. When you go out of your body, this is absolutely real. You are really out of your body. The main problem for the travelers is, for all the travelers out of the body, is the energetic load you bring with you. I thought it was the music. So we try to explain this morning that we mustn't confuse the out-of-body travel with, for example, remote viewing. It is a completely different state of being. When you go out of your body, you are really out of your body. When you see, for example, with remote viewing, you stay in your body. You just make an extension of an energetic field, and you are able to see far away the mountain and so on. But you stay in your body. Remote viewing, remote feeling, lucid dreaming is not out-of-body experience. So I think it's clear now. We are talking also about my personal background. I used to be working for big companies, mainly American companies and British companies, where I was in charge of many things. At the end of the process, I was managing director from France. So I was more or less promoted each 2 years. So I earned a lot of money when I was young, but I have no time to spend this money because I worked all the time. I used to work all the time. So we are trying to explain what is the nature of the reality. And this afternoon, the main topic is to explain how to achieve it yourself. Because it's not a question of believing anything. I don't care about beliefs. I don't care about telling stories, even if it is nice stories to hear. What is important to me is to give information, good information, to check it yourself. But you will be able to check all the stuff yourself. If you don't do that, for me, it's useful. My speech is useful. It doesn't mean anything. So I only act for you because you are able to experiment yourself. So as I have a good experience of that, because many people ask me my age. Normally I don't speak about my age, but I'm very close to 70. So I have something like 10,000, I don't count. I have something like 10,000 experiences out of my body. More or less every night, maybe sometimes in a nap. I could have one experience, sometimes few times in a night. Could be 4 times, 6 times, anyway. Okay, so I have a good experience. And I was so interested in these topics, in this subject, but I put my attention for the very first moment of my life. It was so important. What is more important than life? When you are able to fly, you are able to cross any place, to go through the walls, and you are fully aware and you feel so nice. So when I was young, it was my obsession. How could I reproduce it? I didn't know how to reproduce a phenomenon. I tried, for example, to jump into the air and to stay hovering. 100,000 of time I tried to do it. Now I know how to do it. It's the reason why I can teach you, I can give you information. That's the main target I have with Shradalu, to convey this information. You only need information. You don't need to get any beliefs. It's not a question of believing. It's a question of doing the right things, training yourself if you want to experiment. And in any case, even if you don't succeed, the main reason is because you don't train. Exactly like sports, exactly like piano. If you learn piano, you have to make your exercise each day, and you are making progress. If you, for example, you want to run a marathon, you have to train yourself, your body. If you want to go out of your body, you have to do the right things and practice regularly. You mustn't believe anything. Okay? Is it clear? You are just to do the right things. So we are going to watch what is relevant to achieve it this afternoon. And first of all, I don't know. See, part to do. We have to examine. You have to have a look on the false idea, the false beliefs, the fears, misunderstanding, and confusion with something else. We don't have so much time to talk about remote viewing, remote perception, so we'll go through it quickly. We are going to examine the false belief, because if you believe, for example, that you will die if you go out of your body, you won't be able to go out of your body because it will stick you in your body. I would suggest another practice. Even if you want to hear me and to understand what I said, even if it's poor English, I am aware of that. Try to no longer think with your native language. From time to time, this is a way to diminish the power of the what I call the energetic gravity. So don't translate from time to time. Just absorb the feelings, the idea, without transforming in your language, Hindi language, Tamil language. Try to not translate from time to time during this afternoon. Okay? And to diminish the strength of the energetic gravity, feel that you are exactly at a good place, the place you are supposed to be. Feel you are the exact person, the perfect person you are supposed to be. You have nothing to change, absolutely nothing. You are absolutely perfect in this moment, totally perfect. The effect will be very easy to understand. It will reduce the strength of the energetic gravity. We don't have to be perfect also, because if you want to be perfect, you have a tension, you have an effort. So do it gently. You don't have to visualize. If you want to visualize, do it. It's easy for you. But you don't have to visualize anything. Just feel without any explanation, without any effort, what we are. You are at the right place and you are the right person. There is nothing to change, absolutely nothing. So we reduce one more time the energetic gravity. Probably we will forget it. We will forget it this afternoon, but at the very moment you remember doing that, do it again. Okay? Fear and misunderstood. We are going to examine, to watch every topic. For example, if you sometimes you have on internet many things talking about so-called out-of-body travel. Mostly this is from people that doesn't know a word, that doesn't have a single experience of out-of-body travel. Not a single time they experimented that. So they talk about it and they wrote about that. So, for example, to die. We will take each topic. So It's written somewhere, if you go out of your body, you die. But it absolutely false because of the system we saw this morning. Maybe we could go back to the system after that. Because you are so deeply included in your physical body, it is so strongly linked that it is very difficult to die when you are out of your body. The only system could be to reduce, to kill the energy. I thought Mother talked about that one time, but it is so difficult to reach, so difficult. So forget it. You can play lottery. Maybe there is a possibility to win, but to reduce your energetical, your vitality at the way, the quantity you could die is quite impossible. It's not quite totally impossible, but it is very rare. Don't be afraid of that. Getting lost, this is different. If to be lost means you go out of your body and you absolutely don't know where you are, yes, most time you won't get any idea where you are. For example, you go out of your body and suddenly you are somewhere else. Maybe it's on Earth, maybe it's in the cosmos, maybe on another planet, but it could be in another dimension. You don't know anything about this dimension. Donc, I lost the sound. Yeah, okay, it's better, yes. To be lost, yes, every moment, every night you are lost. But if to be lost means I can go back, absolutely false. At the moment you want to go back, even if you don't know where to go back, there is a superior intelligence behind you, and you know exactly the cord brings you back. So yes, you are lost, but no, you can go back at every moment. Is it clear? To be trapped in prison somewhere. Have you heard it sometime? This is true. Bad news. Because we have energetic entities. This is absolutely true. Probably you know it, but have you ever seen it? Travelers see it directly. We saw energetic entities. And these guys, these entities, are very, to have fun, we could busy to you, yeah. They trap you, they play with you. And the main target for them is to make you go back in your body. So the first thing normally you experiment, I don't know if you have lived this, and you get out of your body and you see an horrific figure just basically behind your bed. For example, if you don't like spiders, if you are very afraid of snakes or spiders, the appearance of the entity will be like a spider, a giant spider, because they find in your spirit, in your mental, what is the most difficult for you to stand for. It will be the worst picture you can imagine. It's just to make you afraid and make you go back in your physical body. Donc, what is the solution? There is two solutions. The first one is very easy. So when you're out of your body, you just disappear. You go very far away. But if you stay for example, in your bedroom, you have to just watch the entity, even it is awful, and you just examine, because the appearance is not perfect. So you just watch it and say, oh, this is not perfect, this point. It could be a devil, it could be a demon. But I learned myself because nobody teach me when I was young. So I learned myself how to get rid of that. At the very time I understood how to get rid of that, at the very time I was no more afraid of this. It disappeared completely. No entities try to to frighten me. Okay, this is one possibility. But they are not able to hurt you. They're just able to horrify you. Not more. It's just a picture. It's an energetic entity. They want to play with you. No more. Second possibility, be trapped. For example, you are out of your body. Did you probably you have seen Sonia? Have you lived it? To be trapped in an energetic prison or astral prison? No, no, no. I had it many times. I was very surprised. For example, you are flying in a nice cloud sky, and suddenly, clank, you are in a prison, a solid prison. You can go through. You try to go through the wall, impossible because it's solid for you. So when I was a teenager, from time to time it happened. One more time, there is no books explaining that. So I was so surprised. I tried to get out. And sometimes it was a very complex structure, for example, a castle. I knew there was something like an exit somewhere. So I tried to be very quick to find the exit. But for example, I found a window, but at the moment I was approaching the window, it became smaller and smaller, to disappear. It took for me something like 10 years to understand the process, to understand that energetic entity or maybe sub-astral entity were acting for playing with me, and how to fix the problem. It took 10 years to be able to understand that each time I would like to make an effort, an intention to go out of the trap, it reinforces the prison. I tried many times to be much clever than the entity, to be quicker. You won't win. You never win. So the first time I managed, it was definite after that, I was imprisoned in a castle, very complex castle. I said, oh, one more time I'm in prison. I know that I won't win. So I just put my ass somewhere. There was some steps. And I said, okay, you want to play with me, but I don't play. You know what? I am out of my body. I feel very fine. You have built a very nice castle. I just watch it and take pleasure of being here, out of my body. I stopped completely playing. And 3 seconds after, the whole castle disappeared, and I was free. So this is the way to go out of the prison, to stop fighting, to go away, to go out of. But you couldn't simulate. If you want to do the thing I was explaining and simulate the no fight state, the entity, which is very clever, will see it clearly in your mind, clearly that you are playing and you want to go out, and the walls will be there for a long time. So you have to be 100% in a mental position to not fight, to not willing to go out. Okay, is this clear? If you are, it could happen only one time on 1,000 out-of-body travel, but I give you the solution. Stop fighting. The other way is to come back to your body, and you go after. If you are able to go back, normally there is not a second because the probability is very low, but it happens. I have so many out-of-body experience that I have many times, I live many times, being trapped in some kind of prison, cubes, castle, corridor, labyrinth. I have all the stuff. So don't fight. But 100% true. Don't simulate, because I repeat, the entity will clearly show that you want to go out. There is another way for the entity to make you, yes.
I just want to say quickly, if I'm correct, in case people are afraid, you can always, in that situation, get back to your body.
Yeah.
You're never stuck. You can always get back to your body.
Every time you can get back to your body.
Okay. Just want to make that clear.
This is the main target, the
Right.
main objective of the entity.
And they've won.
To make you go back in your
Right.
body.
And it's an effort to get
After
out
that, they
again.
are
Right.
laughing.
All right. But just
And
to be
make you
clear,
go back in the body.
just to be clear, you're not a prisoner.
Just
You
players.
can get
They are
back.
just players. They are not demons. They are players. Be aware of that. They are just players. You know, you are very evoluted people, but some children like to catch bees, for example, and close their hand on the bees and the flies, and say, "Boo!" and this children, this girl or this dog is not a demon, it's just playing to imprison a small insect. But it is exactly what you are out of your body. You could be a small insect. There is no evil intention. Just you are beginning an object and somebody is playing with you. No more. Don't imagine something else. You are just an object. Comment on dit un jouet? A toy. You're just a toy. Just a toy. Sorry. Thank you. There is another way for the energetic entity to bring you back in your body. Is to load you with energetic matter. It takes many years for me to be conscious of exactly that. You know, you are out of your body, you go out of your body, you have a normal load. And it is exactly if an energetic entity took energetic mud, and throw you to you, and splash through you, your Lord, ever and ever. So yeah, this is a way they are able to bring you back in your body. So the solution is very easy. I will go back to this. Normally, what you're supposed to do when you're out of your body is you quickly be far away. Don't stay in the bedroom. Never. You're out of your body. There is another reason. I will go back to this reason further. But when you are out of your body, don't stare at your body. Don't try to touch the body. It's a very bad idea. Don't kiss the body on the front. Oh, it is so nice. I will kiss the body on the front. You go inside. But this is a completely stupid idea. Don't do that. You're out of your body. You just go away. 1,000 kilometers. Immediately. Chardalou knows that when I have my student, I constantly repeat it. You're out of your body, go away. Don't have to think anything. Don't try to watch it or to analyze, to think. Go away, first of all. The second reason of going away as quick as possible is because the strength of the silver cord. When you are very close to the physical body, the cord attraction, the cord strength is very, very high. So you have, for example, if my body is here, when I am here, suddenly the strength is declining. In Portugal, there is the EAC, what we call the campus. And you have a sphere, and you know this sphere. And you train yourself in this sphere, and when you go out of your body, you are supposed to immediately go out of the sphere. Yeah, you have been there? Yeah. But they know everything, these EAC guys. So you have to go at least 3 meters, 4 meters from your physical body. This is fundamental. Do it. You're out of your body. Don't stay beside. This is stupid. You immediately, even if you don't know how to fly, you know how to fly. Even if you target the window or the door, you go through the wall, it doesn't matter. You will go through the wall anyway. You won't feel the wall. So you're out of your body, what do? You go away immediately. What do you do when you're out of your body? Go away. Go away immediately. You will feel fine after. You will think, you will do anything possible after you're out of your body, you go away immediately. If you don't do that, you will be stuck. You have the risk to be stuck into your body, even if there is no energetic entity because of the strength of the silver cord. I will continue, sorry, because there are so many things to explain. So there is mainly 3 ways for the energetic entity to bring you back in your physical body. So don't be afraid, because this entity could appear very powerful, but they are not powerful. They are only powerful because you are a kind of ignorant. You're stupid. You don't know what is the reality. You don't know your personal strength. These entities are almost nothing. It's exactly like a mouse could frighten an elephant. You are the elephant. I'm not exaggerating. This is the case. Okay, don't be afraid. Do the right thing. If you are trapped, go to your body. Don't fight. If you have a awful figure, don't be afraid. Go away. And if you have too much energetic load, go away if you can, or go back to your body and start again. No fears. No being able to go back. Unfortunately, you have to go back. The main problem of there is only one problem when you travel out of the body is the duration. You want it to be as long as possible, but suddenly the silver cord brings you back. It brings you back. You have no choice. So the problem is not to go back. The problem is to stay out of the body. Believe me. To have the silver link cut, you can read it on the internet, for example, in some books. Normally, it doesn't happen. You can't cut your silver cord. Try to hold it. It is very difficult, except if you try to touch this point. Like here, you can feel the silver cord. After that, when it is so thin, you even can touch it or to cut it. It will be very cold. But there is an exception. I speak you very frankly, it could happen. But, it could happen with high evoluted extraterrestrial, because it exists. It we call the walking. For example, if you have a deal with somebody, for example, you are 20 and you want to give your body, which is fully functioning, yours, for example, and you have an agreement with a much evolved extraterrestrial. They can technically, by engineering, cut the silver cord and attach a new personality, a new entity. So this is your body, but this is no more your body. So this is technical, this is scientific methods, but nobody on earth knows how to do that. Is it clear? I don't know if I clear. So maybe it happened one time on 10 billion. You have no risk, except if you have an agreement with a very advanced being. So it could happen. You could let your body to somebody else, but it's a volunteer act. Normally, it is not possible to have the silver cord cut. To be attacked by demons, you can see it. You can read it in many books. One more time, books written by people that doesn't experiment out of body. Many experts. It is absolutely false, because when you are fully conscious out of your body, you have the good person to be not attacked by demons, because you are fully aware. The most vulnerable people are the dreamers for the demons, because they even don't know they are attacked. But you are fully aware. You have many choices. For example, going 10,000 miles away. Suddenly you are 10,000 miles away. The demon won't follow you. Believe me. Yeah? Say, you're not no more here. The big advantage is to be fully conscious, even because the energetic entity are able to change their appearance. But you, as a traveler, you are fully aware. So you clearly know behind the scene, behind the appearance, what is the real entity, his intention, his normal appearance. You see it clearly. 1 second. A dreamer won't understand that, even if he's dreaming for 10 years or 20 years. You have a question, maybe you have the mic. You have to push the button for 3 seconds.
Okay. Actually, I had this experience because when I was young, I took psychedelic drugs, and did get attacked by demons. I think when you take the drugs, you can't come back to your body, or something like that happened. It was like forcing me not to be in a state. I couldn't control anything really.
Normal.
No, it doesn't happen anymore. But it was when I was on the
Normal. If you want to have big problem with demons, take drugs.
Yes, that was my experience.
It's a good way. Continue.
Okay.
This is perfect.
Yeah. So, but in this case, as long as you're not on drugs, you're safe.
I'm not, I'm not teasing you.
Yeah.
But it is a perfect way, first of all, to be attacked by demons. It's perfect. You're a perfect prey. And secondly, to not be fully conscious, and to not be able to control your mobility.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't take any drug. Never. If you take drugs, stop. If you want to become, I know you have 1,000 of questions, but you don't have a mic. Sorry. You can go anywhere you want, but you have to know the place. For example, if you don't know Istanbul, I take this. If you are only the name, it is not sufficient to go to Istanbul. You have to have what we call an address. An address. It's a kind of body information, and the good address has places where you have ever been. The name doesn't mean nothing. I will take another example. You go far away in the space, and you go in another planet, and you meet people there, or in another dimension, and you want to talk with people even with borrowed information. And they said, "Oh, where are you from?" And you say, "I'm from Earth." Doesn't mean anything for them. Anything. Earth. You use a name, for you, it's valuable, but for them, it doesn't mean anything. So you have to know the place. There is 2 ways for exploration. Knowing the place you would like to go, or to wander. I go there. So this is possible. Okay, I target this mountain, and after that, this plain, and after that, this sea, and after that, this ocean. I go to the planet, and you see, you go there, and after that, point to point. It's when you see people recently dead, they automatically fly like that. It is very funny. They relearn how to fly like that. I have frequently followed new death, new people no more alive physically, and I was just a little bit, I would say 200 meters, just to observe them. And it's a constant. They learn to fly like that. Click, 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 like that. It's funny. They are so cute.
They won't have the silver thread. The newly dead girls won't have the silver thread.
There are no more silver cord because they are dead. all the system, energetic system, it was dissolved. I don't have it, fade away. So, the energetic system go back to the energetic field of the planet. It's a recycling process. But you can choose, well, it's a detail, you can choose to keep with you part of the energetic body. It's easier to reincarnate. It's quicker. If you want to quicker reincarnate, you keep seed, like a seed, but there is something could happen, like, for example, you can bring with the seed, if you don't create a new energetic body, you will bring is a new body, memory, maybe marks on the new body, coming from the previous one. People as a ESA know that, and you have two kinds of death. In one kind, you keep a little part or a big part of the energetic body. The second death, which is much better, is to completely destroy the physical body and go to the higher worlds and rebuild an energetic body for the next incarnation in 50 years or something like that. So there is two ways of dying. I recommend the second way. It's better, dying completely. There is I have to continue because question after, if you don't mind. To be hurt, don't go out of your body. You could be hurt. It never happened to me, but there is a possibility if you bring too much energetic load. If you take too much energetic load, most of the time you are not able to go far away. But if something affects your energetic field and you bring it to the physical body, it could be transmitted to the physical body. It never happened to me, but I know it's possible. Okay? Sorry? Becoming crazy. Yes. If you are crazy, you won't be able to go out of your body consciously. This is very simple. If you are able to go out of your body, you are developing a full consciousness, a more clear awareness. Donc, being crazy, you won't travel. No problem. Thank you so much. Inappropriate beliefs, to deserve it. It's only a question of training. So even if you don't deserve it, if you are able to do the right thing, you will be out of your body and it will probably change you. You need time. No, you don't need time. You just need to do the right things. If it takes 10 years, okay, it takes 10 years. But if you do the right things tomorrow, you will be out of your body tomorrow. Need to be on vacation, retired, single, married, old, young, these things, in the future, no. You just need to begin right now and to continue. Exactly if you were training for a marathon, you have to begin your training now and continue on a regular basis. As special skills, no. Just to train, to know the fundamental laws and to train. Need a guru, a master? No, you don't need it. You just need to know how to do that. Maybe you need a trainer as a coach, but probably you don't need it. You don't need any, I would say, mystic figure. It's only a question of training because it's a natural ability. It's not a spiritual ability. It's much bigger target to be a spiritual advanced guy. But this is only techniques, no more. Need to be ready. I need to be ready to go out of my body. We frequently hear that. Okay, well, you will be ready at the end of the life anyway. That's how you will be fully ready, no problem. But if you are curious, if you want to experiment before, the right moment is now. And it is not difficult. Need God agreement. I've heard about that because God agreement. Okay. God, the creator, gives you the ability to go out of your body. So do not have any agreement because it's your natural ability. You don't have any rituals. Insist, no rituals is needed. You just have to do the right things. No rituals. You don't need to be spiritually advanced. You know, I'm not absolutely not spiritually advanced. I'm the lower of the lowest, as you know. It is forbidden. You also from guru sometimes, but you mustn't do that because it is forbidden. For example, if you are incarnated, it is because you must stay in the physical body. But if you have the ability, natural ability to go out of the body, why shouldn't do that? I take another example. If you are born in Pondicherry, you are in Pondicherry, what is the reason why you shouldn't go to Shanghai or anywhere else? Because it's your natural possibility. So this is bullshit. Bullshit. You are not grounded enough. Oh, so many times I've heard it, grounded. What does it mean? Most people are not grounded because when you see the energetic field, these roots are not so developed on the planet. It's very rare. The shamanic practice develops the energetic roots, but most people, even you, are mostly balanced in this way. But it doesn't have an effect on your ability to go out of your body. This is bullshit. It is spiritually dangerous. Maybe you have heard things like that, I don't think I'm working about Sadhguru because he had an interview a few months ago about out-of-body travel. You know a guy? Yes. You know who is Sadhguru? Yeah. He's a very nice guy, but he doesn't know. No, he doesn't know a single word of what is a real out-of-body travel. But he answers all questions. Even he doesn't know anything about the topic. He's a nice guy. It is a non-spiritual activity. Yes, it is. It is a non-spiritual activity. But it absolutely yes. But if you go out of your body, it will bring you something different. You will bring something from higher worlds, even from lower worlds, and you will transform yourself. That is not itself a spiritual activity, but it will transform yourself, modify yourself, your physical body, even your spirit body. You should, yes, you should disdain it because it's only a psychic activity. It is not a psychic activity. Psychic activity is telepathy, healing, remote viewing, shamanism, I don't know what, many things like that. But this is absolutely not a psychic skill. This is completely different. For me, my definition of psychic skill, it is related to the energetic field. And we are doing our best to neutralize the energetic things to go out of the body. Donc, it is the exact opposite of psychic skills. We don't want any psychic skills. This is a spiritual reason you shouldn't go out of your body. Sadhguru could say that. The only thing you should research, realization, non-duality, nirvana, awakening, God, merging with the whole, emptiness, and so on and so forth. All this bullshit. Okay? So this is always people that doesn't have a single idea of what it is really an out-of-body experience are talking about that stuff. And mostly constipated, which we talked about this morning, people that didn't reach the target, the so-called spiritual target, and they are simulating the kind of success, and they told you things like that, this bullshit. So don't pay attention to this bullshit. This is bullshit, 100% bullshit. But I was talking about this strange belief because I was thinking about that because it was so frequent to hear it from my students. Because, for example, a guy is coming to my teaching, my courses, and say, okay, the guy who is massing me, comment dit masser, will give massage, I shouldn't go to this training because it's dangerous. The guy is only able to mass the legs and the foot. He has an advice. So this is always this false knowledge also be coming from non-voyager humans. They have opinions, and in my vocabulary, opinions worth nothing. Nothing, zero. An opinion worth nothing. Psychic human, they take remote perception for EBU. We don't have time enough to explain the differences. Another time we'll see. Because they had, for example, remote viewer viewing experiences, they take these experiences for out-of-body experience. It is absolutely false. Ordinary spiritual ego human. If I want to keep you, because most part of the so-called spiritual leaders want to keep your control on you. So they don't want you to be free, to be able to reach the reality yourself. So they accept Shermindo, Mayor, and so on and so forth. I know. We are in the exception now. Most part of the guru are very delighted to see you understand nothing, to be stupid. And they try to keep you in this stupid state. Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong. Energetic parasite, the most important origin, according to me, is the energetic parasite. Because remember, as they want to keep human in bondage, in slavery state, they don't want people to go out of their body because out of your body you can see clearly what they are. So they use psychic humans as mediums, as telepathic skills, to influence human beings and to convey this false information. Don't do that. Don't go out of your body. The energetic parasite are mainly behind the psychic on so-called spiritual leaders. But it's so frequent. We were talking about that yesterday or the day before. There's a difference between what we call a real master, spiritual master, and what we call charisme in French. The charisme is mostly provided by energetic entities. I think you have a big mama in India who would like to hug somebody once. No, I'm not supposed to talk about this. Sorry, I'm not. Yes, I'm like that. So this is only energetic, according to me. I wouldn't like to go there, but this is not spirituality. This is energetic. And behind all energetic phenomenon, you have energetic entity. Would you like to be a slave? Go. Take a big hug. It's your liberty. So as I told you, they use weak, ignorant, and sleeping human to convey the... It's more complex. I will tell you the truth because we are deep in the truth. You have energetic entity whose the target is not to make you a slave. For example, we have in the European tradition what we call les succubes et les incubes. Succube et incube. Succube, c'est for succube and incubus. Okay. This is real. I met them. Okay, no, I was surprised, but I met them. So, if, for example, if you are a man, you go out of your body and you see the most beautiful woman you can imagine. The most beautiful, because the entity sees clearly in your mind what is your woman, ideal woman, and he takes the appearance, the perfect, more or less perfect appearance of this woman. So if I just say, okay, go, come to me, we'll have some love affair. And we have the same thing for girls. Believe me or not, this is nice. If you try to exchange energy with these people, this is nice. According to me now, it's not very, very interesting, but it is nice. You have to experiment that. It's one of the example where the balance, the transaction is balanced. You get more, you get a good quantity of energy, sensuality, and you give a good quantity of sexuality, energy. But I'm not so fond of doing that because you have to be very loaded, energetically loaded. Donc when you go out of your body, you have Monroe talk about that. Robert Monroe, if you read both people who know this book, you have problem. I didn't have so much problem with that entity because I am so fond of flying to be free that this creature doesn't really interest me. But that's not absolutely dangerous for us. If you want to have a love affair with them, let's do it. This is not bad, absolutely. So most common spiritual people, slightest, yes, Shadalware, Sadhguru. Sorry, I put it in my presentation because yeah, he's a nice guy. Medium people, yeah, he's a nice guy. Medium people are completely ignorant of what is the real force, the real being behind the scene. I would say 99% of the medium people are ignorant of that. I have many examples, but we have no time to describe it. So many examples. Occultists, most part of the occultists, magician, wizard, drug user. Drug users sometimes take themselves for out-of-body travelers. They are only drug users. Shaman, alchemist. Shamanism is very linked to the energetic thing. It's not spirituality. It's energy. And energy is a bloody thing. It's a physical world. I pass through. Most of the time, when you're becoming a new voyager, most of the time you stay silent. It's a more rational attitude. You don't say a word at anybody. I have a good friend when I was a teenager that was able to go out of body. I was talking about him this morning. His name is Thierry, he's still alive. And he tried to get out of the body. It took 10 months, something like that, with a bad intention. It was a love affair. Anyway, so I didn't see him for 12 or 20 years, something like that. And after I met him, he was married and he has a daughter. So we have a dinner in a nice place together. And at the end of the dinner, I asked to Thierry, okay, are you still a traveler? And he answered, yes, I'm also traveling. And I saw his wife completely, she was falling down because she had never heard of it. Never. There was not a single book of spirituality in their home, nor a book of psychology, nothing. He was a big businessman. Only he never gave a word, he never mentioned at any time to his wife. And I thought to Thierry, I was laughing at that, Thierry, but you didn't talk about, you didn't tell her about this. And he answered, okay, you know, she couldn't understand because she is not a traveler. So I didn't try, never. This is normal. Most part of the time, you don't mention it. You're a traveler, you close your mouth forever. And you are right. But when you decide to open your mouth, the only rational attitude is to clearly explain what it is and how to achieve it. Otherwise, there is no reason to talk about that. Absolutely no reason. There is no traveler fight in any kind. Sometimes you could have these fights, sometimes in the spiritual, earthly society. Sometimes, I suppose. Huh? So, I suggest you a third practice. Through the practice of immobility, you try to be completely without movement, less the movement, feel the movement, the natural movement of energy. Let the subtle wings carry you away, because it can be like a wind and push you out of your body. Try to do it. Do not imagine, do not suppose, do not command, let it be, and try to feel it. No effort. No, we don't have to be perfect. We just try to achieve it, even if it is 1%. This is the third exercise. Stay with no movement and feel the subtle energy. Concentrate. You don't have to be successful. No effort. What happens is real, always real. Stop. Remember that. And do it when you are home, lying on your bed. Just do nothing. Just lie down, don't move, and let the sensation coming for your body. Just watch it, feel it. Don't do anything. No target, no objective. Do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Search nothing. Seek nothing. Just lie down with no objective, no time, absolutely nothing. Just feel the things. You will feel, but don't try to feel. Just let it happen. You will feel a gentle balance, movement. Maybe you will feel you push away towards the ceiling. It's very easy. You just have to give up. You just have to give up every effort to reduce energetic gravity. So we don't have so much time to continue. Because of this practice, as I told you this morning, in the 99 of the cases, the first out-of-body travels happen when you give up all the things, including the desire to achieve such a voyage. But after few travels, maybe it's 50, something like that, you discover new abilities. You can go out of your body even if all parameters are not okay. You can force, you can push you out of your body. The voyage itself. So we are in the afternoon now. What are the travel possibilities? Well, we're talking about that. I don't know if you have any more questions, but the most common travel between commas is around your bed, 1 to 3 meters. As I told you a few minutes ago, don't stay before just beside your body. At least go outside the bedroom. So in your home, few meters, in your street, in your town. First time you go out of your body, my advice is to stay here. Go outside, fly on the road, try to fly slowly, quickly, try to rotate when you are flying, try everything. It's very funny. Nice voyage in your country, around the planet, in the upper atmosphere, and this is so nice. Near the planet and the moon is very easy. But you will find a boundary. Because the very first time, each time I tell to my student that there is a kind of boundary. It's a mental boundary. For example, you gain altitude and you go higher and higher. It's cool. You stop and you don't fall. This is nice. But when you are very high, you see, you know, the Earth is not flat. Absolutely not. Maybe somebody believes that it is flat because, no, it is not flat. No, sorry. It's a ball, like a NASA photography shot. But when we are about to leave the planet, there is a mantle. You say, normally the first time you said, okay, next time, maybe next time, not this time, because it's a gap. It's exactly like you are leaving your mother forever, something like that. Because you know that you are living here, all the things you know, completely. And after that, in the deep space, you are no longer a human being. Believe me, no longer. It's finished. You are nothing like a human being. Completely disappearing. You let it on what I call the reality bubble surrounding the planet. It exists. So you quit this reality of bubble and you are no longer a human being living on Earth. Finished. It's very difficult to come back after, but it's possible. In the closed cosmos, but so far from home that you no longer know where the Earth. It's very strange. You go out of the body because you have no speed limit, you know. You probably know. Even light, the so-called light speed, no, you're going so much speed. Your speed is, I think it's infinite speed, if you want. So at the very moment you are out of the planet and you go away, if you stop, if you don't pay attention, you don't know where's the Earth. Here, no, you don't know because you are too far away. It's a very strange situation. You don't know how to come back, except you have the civil court, but you don't know. If you want to come back, not automatically, you're not able to know what is the right direction. It is a very strange situation. You don't see the Earth, you don't see the sun. You see stars everywhere, clouds, luminous clouds, and galaxies, and many things. And you just are seeing big stars, small stars, blue stars, yellow stars. And you also, maybe you can believe that there is no sounds in the space. This is absolutely false. You hear with your energy, your body of light, you hear sounds. The light is sound. So you hear the sound. We don't know, this civilization don't know nothing about the space. So this is nice when you can go out of our galaxy. Millions of light years. It doesn't take time. If you want to go there, you will be there, and you are. It is very strange because between galaxies, you still have some stars, very secluded stars. And after that, you are thinking about people, if there are some planets around these stars, so secluded in the space. their vision of the cosmos is completely different for us. You can't imagine. After that, you imagine. You have stars in luminous clouds also. When you are in a planet rotating around this type of stars, you don't see the deep space, not before you are able to exceed the speed of light, technically. For you, there is only few stars in the cosmos because you are not able, technically, to see the deep space if you are born on this type of planet. You know, you know, after you are traveling on space, you are becoming aware of so many different possibilities to be incarnated. We were talking about a few days ago, most solar system have 2 stars, 2 suns. Some have 3. And the rotation of the planets around the system is sometimes very complex. So you see that we have a very simple system with just 1 star we're rotating. Very simple. But we are going through the galaxy and approaching the center of the galaxy. The most part of the planet system have 2 suns. So this is nice voyage. Traveler. Strange voyage. In the past. I don't remember. I could even now. I don't understand how is it possible. I talk with the people of ESA of that topic, but I was supposing they have not so much experience of voyages in the past or in the future, because what the husband of what's his name of Nancy Trivilato, what's his name? Huh? The husband of Nancy Trivilato, I don't remember his name. He told me, no, you are visiting a memory. No, absolutely not. I wasn't, absolutely not, because I was sure I was in the past. It's not a memory. I know what is a memory. When you go into the Akasha, for example, the memory of the local earth, you go through the Akasha, and I know these places perfectly. I have been many times. Though you can travel in the past, I don't know how to explain it. Because you go in the past and it is the present. It's not a souvenir. It's not a kind of record. Can go in the future. I don't understand how is it possible. But I have proof that it is real. I have example. You can see it in my books, this book. For example, I saw the flat screens, 20, 25 years because it happens, it was produced on Earth. I saw it in a travel. I was very surprised. For me, there was these cathodic tubes. Nobody was talking about flat screens. I saw it. I was so surprised. Like that. So it's just an example. I have many more. So you can jump into the future. You can jump into another body. Sorry. It could happen. It's very rare, but it could happen. You can enter another body with another condition. First condition is to be energetically compatible with this body. Second possibility is to enter a body which is very under drugs or alcohol. I did it. But you have a poor body trying to control the poor body. So when you take drugs, when you abuse of spirits, it's you have your energetic field, shield is torn, and entities or you can enter body and take control of the body for a few minutes maybe. So I did it 2 times, but I couldn't stay. And many travel impossible to describe because we don't have any word. We have no language, we have no concept to describe it. But believe me, we'll have many. And when you go back and you want to talk about it, you can find any word to describe it. I was somewhere else, somewhere. You couldn't say a word about that. It's impossible to describe. Wonderful universe, a wonderful voyage. In lower universe, I hardly recommend visiting lower universe. Yes, it is nice. Yes, it is tough, but it is nice. You will find in the book an example. It happened to me the first time when I was also a teenager, and this voyage lasted, physically speaking, 11 hours. 11 hours. And I was so surprised because I was falling down in dark. And when I arrived, I was unable to move my body of light. It took a huge effort to do that, as if I was a fly in the marmalade. It was incredible to me. And there was a dark yellow light, green, little green, orange, red, dark, dirt. I stayed here for, according to me, 1 hour, but physically 11 hours. When I came back to my physical body and I put this memory in the physical body, it hurt. And it took many years, I would say almost 1 year to integrate the voyage. It is difficult, but it brought me so many interesting information. So many interesting. It is valuable, believe me. So in the training, I learned people, my students, to go down, to visit lower worlds. And you can see where some people are going after their death. Watch her, you see them. Because what we call les enfers, comment on dit les enfers? The hells exist, but you are not stuck there forever. Except maybe you have been a very bad guy, but no, you won't stay there forever. Sometimes very long time. You are really stuck, and it is bad situation. Yes. You can watch it. You can watch it, the exact position of the ex-incarnated guys or woman, because it is your state of unconsciousness that brings you at the exact place you are supposed to be. And it is very rare, but some human beings are going directly down in the earth. Most part of the human being are going like a rocket towards the upper worlds. There are sometimes some stops to get rid of some more information, earthly information, but we know many things because we just observe the ex physically alive, the ex-incarnated. Sometimes we watch them. We watch them just dying, watch them just having died for example, 1 week. What do we do? But try to go to the office, for example. It's so funny. I saw one time, I saw this guy, he said, I can get my office. No, you're dead. No, but I have to do some work. No, you're dead. The habits, the robotic psychic. I couldn't be dead because I have so many things to do. You have a family. You're dead. You know what it means? No. I want to stay here. Okay, stay here if you want. In every town, every big town, when you are out of your body, you visit a town, any town, big town, you will find people attached to the town. Sometimes dead for 20, 40, 100 years. Very nice. They're just stuck in the place because they like the place, because they had the house here and they used to play in the park, for example. I remember an old woman. You have the appearance you want. If you think you are old out of your body, you have the appearance of somebody old. But if you think you are young, you will be young. The body of light is modeling, molding, is the right term, by your the appearance you think you have. Only that. Donc, it's very strange, it's very funny to see people who have died when they were old. In the heavens, I would say, they still have the appearance of old people for a certain period of time. And it is funny because they seem to be old and maybe disabled, but it's not true. You see it clearly, it's not true. They're just simulating by habit. This is funny. But you are no longer sick. They know that, but they have to progressively get used of it to be. You see what I mean? But for some people, it's okay. Okay, I'm still young. One more time, I'm young. Okay, I get rid of all my thoughts. I know what it is. Oh, I can see. Oh, there's a nice body there. But sometimes you need time. It is funny too. There is so much possibility. Wonderful voyage in higher universe. We spoke about it this morning. Sorry, it would take time to come back to that. Meeting with being, for being, oh yeah. It's so marvelous to meet people, to meet beings that don't have any idea what is Earth, even what is a physical world. I remember, I'll just give you an example. I was in a higher world and I was flying with a guy with more or less human shape. It was not exactly a human shape, but we were flying above the ground with the head in this position, not at the top, but in this position. I said, okay, when you fly like that, it's very strange. Everybody is flying like that, the head below. And they said, with the energetic information ball, they said, but what is low and what is high? So I said, low, high. I tried to gravity. With the gravity, you have a low and a high. Say, what is gravity? It doesn't exist in their world. So I formed a ball of information about the physical world and the earth, and I bring them to them, and they were able to understand. Before that, they didn't understand a mental concept of what I was trying to explain to them. So you meet this guy, these entities, completely different, but completely, of what you can imagine, even imagine. And it's continuous. You can travel out of your body 1,000 times. You could have 1,000 different meetings. It's very difficult to explain, but infinity possibility. You can travel in pure light, pure awareness, pure love, pure knowledge, in the creator presence. You can have the feeling to voyage in eternity or in infinity. It's always the case. It's mostly the case when you go in the higher worlds. And when you come back, you cry. You come back to your body and you get up on your body and you cry. You cry. So try to hide yourself and you cry. Oh, I'm back. You cry. This is very important, practice number 4, because we're talking about what is sticking us in the physical body. It's a very fundamental exercise. We are approaching how to reach a target, to do it yourself. But for 5 minutes, we take 5 minutes. Please, I suggest you to give up the attachments. You know what is attachment? It's a psychological load only. It's not forever. It's just for 5 minutes to get rid of the psychological load called the attachment to possession, past and present. Relationship, past and present, real and virtual, real and virtual. needs of the physical body, knowledge, belief, all the structure, mental structure for earthly human, and get rid of biological and mental fears. Just to get rid of everything, you just for 5 minutes, you let the attachments go. This is very important because when you do it at home, you will feel the result. You just let it go for 5 minutes. You don't need to do it forever, just for family. Anything will touch you to the physical world, you let it go. Anything. Even if you are in deep love with your mother, with your husband, let it go for 5 minutes. Detach yourself. Unload it. Even this presentation. Stop it. We have to get rid also with all my words. Don't be attached to this presentation. Let it go. Attach nothing. Nor my words, nor my writings, nor my face, nothing. Don't link your ability to go out of your body with any guy, any parameters, any condition. You just have to let everything go, including this stuff. I just want to tell you also that when the gravity is reduced, you can feel pushed to the top, towards the top. But it could be partial too. I think it is mentioned everywhere because if you read the Robert Monroe book, the first out-of-body experience he had, it was his arm. He feel a strange sensation in his arm. He pushed away, and suddenly his arm was very long, and he felt behind the, comment on dit le plancher, the ground, he felt some nails and particle of wood. The morning after, he took a big piece of un morceau de métal, un marteau, un marteau, il avait taken a hammer, and he smashed the ground, and he found nails and a piece of wood inside the ground in his bedroom. So he wanted to verify that it was true. What he felt was true. So it was a partial out of body. But you can feel, you can move your astral body out of the physical body, but partially. So the target is to the complete out of body experience. But also you can go out of your body except fully, except for example, 1 foot, 1 feet. So I don't know why, but it's stuck. It's stuck, and you pull, it's stuck. Sometimes it go. You are able to unstuck it, but sometimes not. So it could be partial. Why is it so? Because at this place precisely, it is stucking because the energetic field is too strong. You understand? This is very simple. You have to do it on the whole energetic field, on the inside, outside, everything, to get rid of the physical body. So we do it. We have seen it this morning, but we have new people, I think. You told me about that. Some people asked me to have this kind of presentation. We'll talk about that because we are the internet address. Maybe we could send a part of the presentation to explain. This is what I call the architecture of the creation, with the vibration axis and the size of the spaces. And the most you are vibrating, the most the universe is wide and beautiful. Okay? And I describe it, yes, what I did not mention this morning, it was what I call the interdimensional area between the two cosmos. For example, there is this world, say 28 million, and this other world, which is the universe, 28 million, 400. They're not stuck. There is an interdimensional area. When you go out of your body and that you wish to go in upper world, sometimes you go through this type of, maybe it's a tunnel, maybe it's like a fuzzing thing, a brouillard, comment on dit, brouillard, a fog, luminous fog. Alors, it's at the same time could be luminous and dark. Difficult to explain. But there is an interdimensional area. And you can go through this interdimensional area. If you are going up, you have the feeling of going up, very severe. And when you arrive at the level of this new universe, it's exactly what we call, alors, un fondu enchaîné en cinéma. Things became fondu enchaîné. What's the right term? Yes, suddenly the picture is more and more clear, but where between this world and this world, you have in a sort of no man's land. This is the structure of the creation. Don't be afraid when you are here. You could have the feeling to go very fast or very slow, but you don't know exactly at what speed you are moving. But maybe it's not the point. But you can jump from this world to 10 layers higher. It's very difficult to understand because it is your state of consciousness that determines. This is a universal law. It's your state of consciousness. When I was younger, from time to time, I used to go to the higher level, but I did not know how I did it. Probably, Sonia, you understand what I mean. The first time I tried to go on the higher world, I did not know how to do that. So I tried many things. It was a very strange effect on my body of light, but I don't mention it here. But after a certain period of time, I was successful. Donc I suddenly stop, go very high away. And I was in a world where the things are appearing like comme un brouillard qui se dissipe, like yes, yeah, something disappearing. So suddenly I was here, you know. It could be very sudden or it could be progressive. If it is progressive, you have the situation where you feel like a tunnel, could be a tunnel. People during what we call the NDE frequently describe a tunnel, near-death experience. Somebody have a near-death experience? Nobody? Okay. It is very frequent, but when you are out of your body and you watch this tunnel, if you pay attention, you will see that it's not a tunnel, something different. It looks like a tunnel for people who are not professional of out-of-body travel because they have an accident, for example, a car accident. They are not really able to understand what happens. But after hundreds and thousands of travel, you can watch and study the phenomenon. Okay, it is not a travel. It is an interdimensional state. Okay, this is the structure of the creation. So I continue. Maybe I will send you for those words with internet. I take an example of voyage. It's not so far away in the past, few years, maybe, yes, 5 years ago. I took this picture because it was more or less a kind of bay, you know. So I came out of my body, and I don't bring many details, and I found myself hovering, I would say 1 kilometer over the bay, and I was able to draw because, you know, I have the level of a child of 5 years. So I drew few things because this building was very strange. For example, it was very huge, but there is no angles. Each building has kind of round things. And this building looks like something like 200 meters long and maybe 20 meters high. So there is this big one, and there is what I call flowers buildings. Oops. I didn't put just one. Yeah, flower buildings. So I went on the ground to watch, to study the place, and I found path here with panels, you know. So I approached the panels because when you're out of your body, you are able to read and to bring information. I was able during, you have some example in the book where I was able to bring information my physical body doesn't have, for example, names of places. But I am not able to read, for example, the Chinese characters. So I went in this place and I read these panels. It was written in English, in Chinese. I couldn't know what it was. In Cyrillic signs, I'm not able to understand the Cyrillic. But when I try to read the English, it was so confused. I was perfectly able to read, but I didn't understand a bloody thing. What are they talking about? What is this at all? After that, when I came back, I was thinking about that. But imagine you are in the 60 years, 60, say 68. Okay, you go out of your body and you go in the present time now, and you hear people and you see things written as internet. For example, Spotify, Facebook, downloading, upgrading applications. You don't understand nothing. Absolutely not. Take another example. You are out of your body, but you are a guy from the 19th century. Television, informatic, electromagnetic. You don't understand absolutely nothing. It was the case. I didn't understand what was written on this panel because I can read the words, but I don't understand what does it mean. If I had been at the present time, yes, I would be able to collect the information to bring in my physical body. But it is so different that I know from the moment that I couldn't know what it is like. There were people traveling here, walking here. So I went through them and I tried to influence them to say, okay, I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you feel me? They couldn't. It was a human race, sure. It was probably a few centuries in the future. Just take you in an example. After that, I was flying. There was a strange light coming around the sky with a bright light. I didn't know what it was. It was very quick. So I was about to follow this phenomenon, but I was so interested of exploring this place that I stayed, because you are able in the body of light to have a very quick movement, you know. There is no spaceship quicker than you, even the most advanced civilization. You can go faster. And they can go very fast, believe me. But you can go faster. With your body of light, you can go faster. So I stay here, and after that, I just, it's an example. After that, here I found some dreamers, people out of their body. Probably the body were inside the building. I found two dreamers. Do you remember this story? No, it's not written in the book. I have written it after that on Facebook. So I was just in front of them. They could saw me because they were out of the body, but dreaming. I say, okay, can you see me? I said, yeah, we see you. You are dreaming, I told them. You are dreaming. You are not physically here. You are out of the body, but you are dreaming. They didn't believe me. It's not more what I did after that. I can show you what you are dreaming. For example, see, I can fly. So I was hovering behind them. I was very surprised. And also, I can modify your aspect. And I modified the aspect because they are so dreamers that I was able to take control of the appearance of the body of light. So it was very funny. I don't give many more details, but you can do so many things, but it's not forbidden because it's supposed to not be possible. You can play. It's an example. Sorry. Would you? Yes, a break. You need a break. Some of you need a break before the part 4. Do it yourself. Okay? Are we okay for a break?
As we discussed earlier, we'll take a short moment to concentrate and internalize before we go for the break.
So many good questions. Because we are not talking about how to achieve it yourself. But first of all, I will answer a question about, and we go back after that. You can, yes, this, you can be helped. It was your question. If you meet people, I will answer your question. You can be helped by benevolent beings. Monroe Institute is talking about that also. But it is true. It is absolutely true. These light beings are coming from higher universes. And they have volunteers to help you going out of the body because it's a noble cause. Just wish to be, I have many things to do that, and it will answer your question too. Just wish to be helped with a pure heart. It's not a negotiation. It's not a transaction of any kind. You are not something to exchange with them. It's neither a prayer nor a kind of devotion. This is completely different from what we have currently with energetic beings. You know what I mean? With an energetic being, you are in negotiation. If I do that, would you give me that? There is no transaction at all. Absolutely not. Believe me, no transaction at all. They just help you, and they bring nothing from that, except for doing the right thing. I will give you many and many details after that. They do not give spiritual lessons. Never, never. They never tell you that you are a kind of chosen. Never, never, never. Never. Most part of the time, you could not see them. For example, they take you out of your body. Maybe there are 2, 4 sometimes. And at the moment you're out of your body, they are gone. They are gone. It happened so many times to me. At each time I would like to thank them, but they are gone. There is nobody to thank. They are gone. So this is very strong because you're literally pulled out of your body. So Monroe Institute is talking about that. When you have negative, what we call energetic people, they have a vocabulary, they have a way to, they have a behavior, un comportement. They always say the same things. You are a chosen. You are an élu, comme on dit en français, élu. Hein? You have been chosen because you are a special human. Among the universe, the creation, I came to meet you because you are so something. So these helpers never say that. Never. There is no transaction. They don't speak most part of the time. They don't tell you nothing to you. They just take you. Oops, sorry for the flower. And they pull you out of the body. Exactly like that. Sorry for the example. Sorry, but it's exactly like that. Exactly like that. Not a word, but take your feet, pull you out of the body, and go away. No comment at all. It's not me, because I have many friends who have experimented that, and always the same things. Always the case. So sometimes they came, there is a little team, sometimes there is a leader, but there could be 2, 1, or 4, which is the main team. The global team could be 4. If there are 4, that one take 1 foot over there, and 1 hand, and will pull you out of the body. Maria, when you know that a special experience, do you remember that? Because she experimented I would say something like 80 out-of-body travel now. She's a young voyager. And was last year, I think. She was able to hear that there was a trainer and a trainee, out-of-body trainee. And she was able to mentally, it was very clear. Have you heard this story? Yeah. Next time you will. And the trainee was a little bit tough. He wasn't soft. So the trainer told him, oh, be more gentle. And Maria get into the conversation and said, yes, please, be softer, because you are like that. So I can tell you a story also, because it's very special. Because sometimes the helpers are coming, but you are not wanting them for coming, for helping. It was in the year 2014. And suddenly I have a complete team, few people, few helpers, coming to help me going out of the body. I didn't ask anything. It was a full team. So they have been more and more efficient. So I thank, but they disappear. And how are they able to do that? I can explain you. First of all, they create a kind of energetic matter that is able to stick to your energetic matter. It's very recent, I understand, how they could provide such a help. So they create this type of energetic matter able to be compatible with your energetic state. But you have, for that, to enhance your vibration, energetic vibration. At a certain state, your energetic vibration could be sticked by their energetic tool. So when they are able to stick your energetic body, they are able to pull the system outside. This is a way they are able, because I try to do it outside my body. Sometimes I go out of my body, and I was so curious to understand how is it possible. One time I went into a building, there was a couple sleeping in a room, a big guy, very nice, and a younger woman. I tried to grab something in the body just to understand how is it possible to get somebody out of the body. And I tried, how do I do that? I can touch anything inside the body. Oh, can do that. It was like crossing light. I couldn't touch anything. I tried to interfere with the thought of the guy was snoring, like that. And she kept all the la couverture, the covers, the blankets. So I saw everything. I tried to interfere with his mind to influence him. No effect at all. So I stayed maybe 5 minutes, because it was at the time I began to teach out-of-body stuff. So from time to time, I take a few minutes to enhance my ability to learn something. I'm not so very fond of working out of the body, doing some work. So I worked 5 minutes. I couldn't imagine. It wasn't possible for me to touch anything physically, even inside the body. But after that, I understood how it is possible. You have to create an energetic ball, for example, an energetic sponge, and to be able to stick to the energetic field. So this is an example. I was telling you a story. So I have a full team at the beginning of 2014 coming to me and trying to get me out of my body. They were, during the weeks and the weeks after, more and more efficient. So I let it do. This is very nice, because they are more and more able to get it. I didn't make any effort, just lie on the bed and wait. So these guys were coming, get me out of my body and disappear each time. But something happened before they completely disappear and never come back. I tell you, this is a real story, absolutely real. I was just married, not with Van, sorry, but I was just married. And I went to bed, and I was sitting on bed, but I have, I would say, a plan with my wife, something to do when she can go to bed. I have a plan. Is it clear? I was preparing to do something. I sat on the bed, and suddenly I feel this guy trying to pull me out of the body. I was just sitting on the bed. So I was very furious. I said, "Get out of the bedroom! It's my bedroom. I have another plans." But I felt him trying to pull me. I was absolutely not quiet. I was willing to do something. I was fully alive. You want to see what I mean? Fully alive. And that they were trying to pull me out of the body, and they were about to be successful. I wasn't frightened by that, but I say, "Go out of my bedroom. This is a private place. Go out. I will be with my wife. We have another plan." So they went. When they gone, they were gone, and they never come back. Never. After that, I was thinking about that. Probably it was a test. And I was not successful in this test. But I have to get rid of everything, including this type of desire, very strong. And sure, they will be able to get off of my body, even with disease. I have just to let it go. This is an example of the helpers. When they didn't give me any lesson, they just fade away and disappear forever. They never come back. It's a real example. But I have many students that they meet helpers at the very beginning of the training. So you have to wish for their help. This is very useful. Just wish for being of light with pure intention. Note, please don't choose energetic body, energetic beings, because with energetic beings, you have a transaction and you are the loser each time. So don't ask an energetic entity to help you going out of the body. Never, ever. And I will go back to this point further, but in any time, don't associate yourself with an energetic entity for any reason. Never, ever, ever. Never. Don't do that. Okay, we go back to that.
Mark, apropos of this, I have a question. Have you ever met benevolent light beings who were interested in the earth and even perhaps wanted to help?
Yes. But most part of the time you meet light being that doesn't know that Earth is existing, because the creation is so wide, but you go so far away that we're talking with them about Earth. You have to teach them what is Earth. So sometimes you have local helpers, like being who help the planet. Sometimes you meet them. It's not so frequent because normally when I'm out of mobility, I go far away. So yes, you could meet them. But I'm not so very fond of hearing their lesson and what I'm supposed to do. Most part of my life, they like to talk with me. Sometimes they were able to stop me in the other place. Sometimes. But at the very moment I can escape, I escape. I don't want to speak to you. Oh, you are supposed to do that. No, I don't give a damn of what you're saying. Okay, I just want to fly. Ciao. It is very recent that I started to hear them, because sometimes they would, these helpers là, would like to give me some lessons. Donc, the main part of my life, I would not hear any lesson. I have no passion for that. I just want to fly and to go away. So, don't, please, I don't give a damn of what you're talking about. Supposed to write a book, for example. I don't give a damn of writing a book when I was younger. You're supposed to do that and so on and so forth. No, I don't. I want to fly. Ciao. So it exists. Yeah, probably Sonia had met them, but I was so reluctant to hear from another beings because I was pretty. I did not know how to think at the very beginning when I was young, so I was avoiding many things. My favorite travel is to fly over landscapes on within the stars. That's it. I could do it forever. I go back to that because it's a mechanical sensation. Yes, the real difficulty, because it's exactly what what I did to you. It's the same sensation. You are pulled that strength. It's not very gentle. You're gliding. No. You are pulled strongly out of your body. It's like that. So maybe if you wish, you can wish to be helped. When it happens, it's a big surprise. Bloody big surprise. Because there's not laughing. It's serious. You are serious pull. It's so surprising that you could react and say, no, not now. It's too strong. This is normal. You will be helped in any way. We have helpers. We have a team for. I take this example of Maria. Maria has a little coach, me, in the material world, and she also has nice coaches when she's out of her body. I am just a little one, push outside, and after that, the real competent people, clever people, are taking care of her. There is kind of team. This is true. I go back to what. This is the most. Yes. The most important part. Reasons you should do that. First of all, it's the best way to know you will exist forever. Maybe you can believe at the very moment that you exist forever. Before checking yourself, you don't know. You just suppose, you just believe. And in my value system, it was nothing. You can freely learn without any earthly influence because most part of the earthly knowledge is false. By this way, you can learn many things. You will also see that we are not alone. This is a very important point because when I was young, I knew that we are visited by non-earthly people. Physically, I saw starships. I met a non-earthly guy when I was 18, but I thought they let us alone. They don't interfere. It was 25 years ago, something like that. Yes, 25 years ago, during out-of-body experience, travel, but I understood that suddenly I understood because I saw things that they are here and they interfere with the humanity. Whoa. During this night, I went into a spaceship, a gray spaceship, and because my load of energetic matter was very low, they couldn't feel me. I was in the middle of them. There were more guys. I was in the middle, but they didn't feel me at all. So I knew that they were able to change dimension with the starship. So I tried to go with them, but I didn't know what to do. So they went in a dimension, I went in another dimension. So you will see that. I don't know if there is some French guy. You see, we had in France a woman called Akena. Somebody knows Akena? I met Akena because she was one of the first to give out-of-body lessons in France. She is gone now. And a friend of mine, Pierre, you know Pierre, told me we were in the south of France. I have a business there, and Pierre was on one of my clients, and we sympathized, we became friends, and he told me when he knew that I am out of body traveler, he told me, "Oh, there is another woman saying the same thing as you, not so far away." So we went to meet this woman. She wrote few books about out of body travel, how to reach this target. But having read these books, she did not mention any extraterrestrial starship. So when I visited her, I said, "Okay, but you are not talking about that. All voyagers know that we are not alone, even on the planet. So don't say to me that you didn't see anything." She answered, "Yes, I saw it frequently, but I'm not really interested in them." She was interested in cats and in ancient Egypt only. When she saw an ET starship, she wasn't interested in, curiously. So when I see a starship, I go. I visit, I watch. So this is not a question of belief, you know, but you also can know that probably few of you have seen ever strange phenomenon, maybe an ET with your flying saucer, something like that. Who has seen it? Okay. A few of them. This is real. Also, so this is a very important point. It changed everything. You think we have master of the planet on the planet. This is, I don't know, the master, the president, and so on and so forth. No, they are not the leaders. The planet is managed by somebody else. It's controlled by somebody else. And you will find details in the book. You can meet your eternal family. What is your eternal family? It's people you know for millions and billions of years. But believe me, you have forgotten all of them now. This is very strange. People you know forever, and you have forgotten they are existing. This is very strange. You are crying when your father and your daughter is dying, and you feel pain, but you don't give a damn of friends for eternity. You have completely erased them. This is strange. Because it is so nice to meet them again when you're out of the body. So it's impossible to describe. Imagine, you know, friends for zillion and zillion of years. It's so profound relationship. It's so complex relationship. It's so deep love. And we forget them. This is very strange. You will find again the real joy, freedom, serenity, purity during your voyage. You will see wonders beyond astonishing, beyond any imagination. This is the reason why you should do that. So we have to be able to go out of the body to work on the 4 parameters. First of all, intentions. The only thing you have to put in your mind is because I have the question a few minutes ago about the intention. Was it, yes? Okay. The only thing you must put in your intention is exploration, curiosity, freedom, adventure, knowledge, evolution. Nothing linked to a physical thing. Nothing. no health problem, your problem or problem from other, no money, no love, nothing, no glory. Avoid everything about that. Your attention, only curiosity. Search for truth. It's completely detached for anything on earth, on the physical world. This is very important. You can go out of your body with bloody intention as, for example, love, physical love. You can be successful, but anyway, it's the best way to not be successful. So choose this one. Is it clear? First principle is a theorem. Is the strength of the energetic attraction is very low. And if you want to go out of the body, you will leave the physical body. So this is the theorem. So we have two solutions. Either you make the energetic attraction weaker, and this is mainly the methods of the EAC, International Academy of Consciousness. You are doing many and many exercises that enhance, increase the vibrations, and the more the energetic field is vibrating, the less it sticks you into the body. So Nancy Trivelato is an expert for that. Or you have another solution. You can wait the moment the attraction is naturally weak. For example, you are close to death, when you are very sick, or period of time when the body is sleeping, like 10 months. Bon, I suppose you would prefer this one. And just an illustration of what happened during the night. And this is the strength of the gravity, you know? This is zero gravity. This is a certain state. I will go back to that. And this axis is the strength of the gravity. So you go to bed and you fall asleep. And the attraction decreases immediately. Splunk. But it is not sufficient to go out of the body. Maybe you wake up a little bit. Maybe you fall down another way, another time, another time, another time. And this time, you are here. This is what we call the low attraction area. This is the energetic gravity is so low that an intention to go out of the body is sufficient to go out of the body. If you are here, it's not sufficient, but if you are here, it's sufficient. And you know, it's varying during the night. But the more the night is long, the more the probability to have period of time in this state is probable. You understand? Okay. After that, you get up, and this is a maximum of stick gravity. So, when you understand this type of phenomenon, you understand that there is another way to get rid of the physical body. You just have to do things at this moment, or at this moment. Understood? Because this is naturally, you are naturally not stuck in the physical body. Yes. Yes, I will get back to that. Yes. Yes, this is a natural, but you know, we have different periods during the night. You sleep, you wake a little bit, you sleep again, and so on and so on. We'll come back to that. So if you want to control the energetic gravity, you can do exercise. It's a method, EAC method, what we call the VELO. VELO, voluntary energetic longitudinal oscillation. You put your energy, for example, a disk of energy here, and you push here and here, and quicker. It warms the energetic field, and at a certain moment, you are not stuck in the physical body. For some people, it's very easy. For some of us, it's very difficult. You have to exercise many times. But what is also decreasing the gravity and increasing the frequency on the energetic field is your ability to stay in the deep state of peace without sleeping. And Shradaloo is an expert of that. What is also a way to momentarily detach yourself from the gravity is to do what we did a few minutes ago, to release momentarily all your attachment of human local stuff. The links the human created with past, present, or future objects. The links created with other beings living in the same bubble of reality, including virtual relationships. The links created with the basic needs of the physical body, and the link created with so-called knowledge, belief, opinion, and certain evidence. This is what I call the attachments. It is so important to get rid of it for the exercise, but it is a basic exercise. You have to do that, to detach momentarily from this attachment. All this stuff, don't forget this one, don't forget this one, don't forget this one, because if you forget an important load, you will be stuck in your body. So some people are able to detach themselves in one day, because if you do the correct thing immediately, you will go out of your body immediately. There is no other origin of to be able going out of the body. This is the complete picture. There is nothing else. You have to do that or to do that because of the theorem, the basic theorem. Oh, so I pass now. So we're talking about that. Oh, so okay. The consciousness and the place to stay or you go are the same thing. Whatever you put in your attention, this is immediately operating. Even the very small intention. So we have to work on intention. It's so important. You can imagine. You create your mental boundary every second. For example, if you believe you are not able to go out of your body, sufficient. You want to go out of your body. Maybe at the death. Fine. What is the consciousness? According to me, maybe Shradaloo or you would have a different opinion, but it's mainly the result of our actions. We are what we do. Whatever we think, we know, we believe, we are what we do. If you train going out of your body, you will be successful. Out of body practice is like practicing a sport like running, like an intellectual training, for example, preparing exams, learning to play violin, piano. You have to practice. Build a house, a road. You have to practice. You have to do it. You have to be active. Create a software. You don't have to believe anything. You just have to do the right things. Don't waste your time with beliefs. So when you start doing things, first of all, you have to start the training. And the best moment to start the training is now, tonight. And after that, you have to continue with maximum energy. Never give up. If you correctly train, you will succeed. In every area, in sport, in music, in building a house, you have to start and to continue. There is nothing different. It can take time. Normally, as you said, it takes weeks or months if you do it regularly with discipline. But it will bring you so much things. It's incredible. Because everywhere show how deep is your ignorance and how infinite and forever surprising is your creation. So doing the right thing is very important. Alors, I'm passing this for the moment and going to something else. Night training. We saw this diagram. So what is the method? What we call the get back to bed method. You wake up and get up around 3 in the night or 4 in the night. You get up, you go out of the bed. You don't stay in the bed saying, okay, I'm fully aware. No, you get out of the bed and you go drink something and do a run in the garden, do what you think, but you have to go out of the bed. So you come back to bed after 15 to 30 minutes. Let you fall asleep. So you go, come back to sleep. And the next spontaneous wake up, this is the point. You are going to do something. The next spontaneous wake up, at the very moment you are awakening, you don't move anything. Because you were sleeping. The body was deeply sleeping. So maybe it's in the position where the gravity is very low. Don't move anything, even a finger, even an eye, because at the very moment you are moving something, you are reinforcing, giving strength to the energetic gravity. Don't move anything. Nothing. Maybe you will say, oh, it's very difficult. When I wake, I move. Just train you. You have to train to keep calm and don't move anything. You know what it is, probably, yes. Enhance, increase your consciousness without moving anything. Even if you are in a strong position in the bed, stay in the same position. Because the body was sleeping in this position. Maybe if it is ridiculous, it was sleeping in this position. This is the appropriate position, maybe, to go out of the body. To awake you, don't move the body, and trigger what we call mental induction. What is an induction? It's an association with a movement idea. For example, what is the sensation of walking, of jumping, of flying, of skiing, of starting my motorcycle? So the thought of moving, something moves, and the feeling associated. You put it in your mind. The idea and the sensation of movement. Okay? Just do it. For example, the takeoff in a plane. The idea and the sensation. So you put only that in your mind. I continue. Keep each what I call an induction maximum 4 seconds. No more. If it is working, we'll talk about that after this slide. If it doesn't work, then bring another induction. For example, you were feeling as you were jumping. Now you are feeling as you were swimming on the water. So do 5 induction sets. 5 times 4 seconds. It's not so long. And wait few seconds, just waiting. Why you are not supposed to do it longer? Maximum 4 seconds. Because after 3, 4, 5 seconds, you will bring an effort, an tension. You don't have to make any tension. You must avoid any tension. So you put the intention in your mind without any tension. Just the idea of swimming, walking, jumping, flying, and so on. If it doesn't work, return to your sleep and do it again when you're awake. Because, oops, I'm sorry, I have to. Because at the first awakening, maybe you were here. You don't know. Maybe you are here, but maybe you are here. And if you are here, the gravity is too high and the induction is not sufficient. But if your second or third awakening you are here, you will go out of the body. This is very simple. It is so simple that the students are completely surprised when they get out of the body with this method, because it's so easy. It's very easy. You get out of your body and you're outside. But it was so easy. Yes, it was so easy because you did it here. So how to be successful is very simple. You have to try it many times, because maybe you are here, maybe you are here, maybe you are here, maybe you are here. And the more you try, the more you get a chance to be here. Is it clear? Try this. This is the most easier way to have the first experience. The most soft, it is very soft. You don't have to face fear, for example. You have no fear with this method. With the energetic stuff, you could meet what we call le gardien du seuil. I don't know it to translate in. There is like a prison guardian. When you try to control the energy directly, you can meet a kind of huge obstacle, huge one. It happened to me when I was a teenager, when I tried to control the phenomenon. I was facing a mountain, impossible to cross, impossible. So I came back. So the question is to do it few times a week. I recommend 4 times a week. It doesn't take energy, absolutely not. It doesn't take time. It doesn't. You are not going to be tired also, because it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes during the night, and you are supposed to sleep anyway. If you go if you go out of your body, fully aware, your body is sleeping, and is getting rest. You don't need any energy. You are not tired going out of your body. Your body is resting, is sleeping. So he's in good shape. When you go back to your body, he has slept, he is in a good shape. Okay, but this is his story. So there is many things to say about that. What I would recommend to have a book, a training book, just measuring how often do you try to do this exercise. You can combine it with the velo, for example. You have to combine it also with frequent detachment trainings, because the less the energetic gravity is intense, the more probable you will go out of your body. Okay, this is basic. We have many things to explain apart from that, but we are running out of time. We need few days. Do you have questions? Now is the time of questions about the methods.
Please explain the velo.
The velo. Okay, the velo. You create an energetic disk. For example, you put where your consciousness is, the energy flows. Okay. If I put my consciousness here, oops. If I put my consciousness here, the energy will flow under my feet. Okay. So yes. So I create. I assemble. I fill this space with energy. After that, I pull the energy disk towards and through my body. And I pull just at this position. Okay? After that, I do the opposite. I pull the disk toward my feet and under my feet. And I do it quickly and quickly and quickly and quickly. The effect is to enhance the vibration, to increase the vibration of the energetic field. You know, exactly when you do it, when it's warm your skin. It's that phenomenon because it's physical matter. And if you, comment on dit frotter? Frotter. So, frotter. Frotter, ouais. Oh, right, yes. If you do it, it will warm your arm and your skin. It's the same thing with energetic matter. The more you are able to réunir, to gather, yes, to gather the energetic matter, and the more you are able to go very quicker and quicker, it will increase your energetic frequency. And at a certain moment, it is so high that you hear a big noise, an incredible noise, as if you were, for example, in a jet. But it's also like a big wing, but with electric sparklings. You know, it's kind of you will be frightening. It's so surprising, it's so powerful, but at this very moment you are able to go out of the body because it's no more sticking you in the body, because you have making vibrating enough to not be stuck in your body. You understand? So this is not so easy for some people. You have to train and to train and to train. But you can use this method also to increase, to melt it, to do it sometimes to increase the other possibilities. If you do it sometimes, for example, you are in the physical body and you are making induction and you are stuck in your physical body, maybe a single or two voluntary energetical will be sufficient to increase the frequency. Just trying. Maybe just 1, 2, up, I got out of my body. Try it. You have to use every tool possible. There is many things to learn because we have not time enough here to explain all the stuff, but the main laws are explained here. Do you have any question? Yeah, okay. Micro, yes, Mike.
So could you help understand the intention and the induction? So the intention is to kind of travel out of my body.
No, the induction is the idea to move. For
Okay.
example, walking, swimming, flying, jumping, any idea, any principle of moving.
Okay. And then
Going
you
into the kitchen. So, but you have to associate the feeling.
yeah, okay.
Skiing, riding a bicycle, a motorcycle, a car, I don't know, a balloon, you know. This is an induction. The idea of moving associated to the sensation of moving. This is what I call an induction.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I had a couple of questions. The first one was, is it always accompanied by a very strong sense of pulsation, like your whole body's being rapidly vibrated intensely, or sometimes do you just click out and just go right out of your body without those kind of sensations?
For me,
Yeah.
normally I don't use energetic stuff. I detach myself from any load, and I stay in a deep. I erase all mental activity, as you know how to do that. I am in this state of peace, and I put the intention to go out of my body, and after that I write. It's automatic. Normally, when you have hundreds and thousands of out-of-body travel, intention is sufficient. You just put the intention and wait.
And when you're skilled at it, is it something you can do any time of the day when you want to? Just go to your room, go into it, and 5 minutes later you're there? Or is it much easier to just do only at nighttime?
Yes, probably if you are a beginner, it's better to try in a nighttime, but you go out of your body during naps also. I did it 3 days ago. My wife was in for it, yes.
Also, through many of these journeys in these other kind of realities, when you come back to the physical reality, do you kind of sense yourself parallel processing the alternate realities and this physical reality simultaneously, like the way you're living your normal physical life?
It happens, yes.
Mhm.
It happens, yeah.
So you're conscious in both realms
Yeah.
simultaneously.
Yeah. Sometimes it is very strange effect. And sometimes you bring with you new abilities. And sometimes some abilities would disappear with few days, but sometimes not. Sometimes you bring new abilities and it stays forever. Sometimes I have strong experiences in business as I was a top executive or director. During the board meeting, sometimes somebody said, "What happened to you?" I couldn't explain, but you are different. And they felt as if I was something. I have, for example, a president told me, "Are you meditating?" No, not at all. But he felt that somebody was different in me. So you bring new abilities. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Regarding the velo, I wanted to ask, when you practice the velo like we do with IAC, it's like moving the glue
Yeah.
you are talking about.
Yeah,
Like you
absolutely.
move it up and
Yeah,
down,
you're
up and
moving the
down,
glue. Yeah.
and you make it like less sticky.
Yeah,
in order to
but
free.
exactly like the physical glue. When you move it quickly, you warm it and it's less sticky.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
it's
it.
something. But you have, I don't know because I didn't have any course with ESA. But when I practice this exercise and make things completely differently, but I learn, I teach it to my students. It's much more complex.
Okay.
Yes, it's a very simple exercise, velo, but I made it very complex. If I could do it, it's more efficient.
Okay.
Yes.
When you're out of your body, what happens if something interrupts or disturbs your body? Either a person, you come back.
You go back.
Immediately.
Yes.
There's no.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You go back immediately. That's a pity.
Okay.
If your dog is moving or your wife, you go back.
Yeah. Thank you.
I also have a quick.
I have one more thing to say because it's important to explain some things. We have been talking about the method, the energetical method. But sometimes when you go out of your body, things are different. For example, you can go out of your body and suddenly you feel hovering over your body and 1 meter above, and you stay here. Okay, there is two possibilities. It happens. If you go out of your body thousands of times, it will happen. So in this state, if you go out of your body, if you are just hovering over your body, don't try to move. Don't try to move in this case. Because if you try to move at this moment, you are very close to your physical body, you will go back to the body. Okay? Just wait for something. First of all, you have to wait to be able to see. Because when you go out of the body, you are in this bloody mud, and mostly you don't see anything in the sleeping room, in the bedroom. But when you wait, when you don't interfere with state, normally there is an automatic thing. What happened? You are over your body, and suddenly you gain altitude, and you become straight, feet towards the ceiling. You go on the right, on the left of the body, and you are falling down just over the ground. It's automatic. Don't ask me why. This is automatic. You don't have to do anything. At the moment you feel you are able to move your arm, go away. Not before. When you are paralyzed, because you are in a paralyzed state over your body before that. Most part of the time you don't see anything, but you are absolutely certain you are hovering over your body. Donc if you feel unable to move, don't try to move, because you will go back to your body. Just wait for this little trip like that. At this moment, go. Okay, not before. Not before. Okay, when you feel you are able to move your arm, and not before.
Yeah, I have a few questions. Thank you for your words. I travel for many years, but I never control it. So when you are talking about fears, that's something very, it had sense for me. So I have three questions. I try to be quick. When you reach that state, about what you said, that sound in the ear and the electricity, how do you just jump? Because generally, immediately, in that interstate that you were talking about, like that dark place, you're just going so fast and hear many things, and I don't know. Sometimes I feel I'm so far away.
You are so far away.
It could be just high, you say, or down. I don't know, but it's like a roller coaster. It's not so bad, but I tried my best, but it's not possible to open my eyes. You were talking about that. It's a kind of an answer, but how do you get rid of all these things? Sometimes it is. I don't know why, but I cannot control.
So, you mean the place you are supposed to go?
Yeah, that moment, because that moment where you jump far from your body, because as you said, some people that just stay around in that mud, that kind of mud. You put very interesting words.
For you, I am more on your case. When I go out of my, suddenly I move far away. But yes, I try to answer your question. First of all, to me, in the normal case, I discover myself. I find myself in some very far away place. After that, I can take control. But first of all, I have to check the situation and the place. After, I am able to decide where to go. But I am specific. I understand what you say. I go out of the body, and suddenly, it could be 10,000 miles away.
You think about a place precisely?
No. I don't think in another place. I just wait to be surprising, to be completely surprised. It's so delightful to discover a place. Maybe you are under the ground. It happens. You are deep in the ground. You can watch the ground, discover maybe a river inside the earth. You never know. It's what we used to we call it crash projection, because you crash in any place you can imagine. There is a law below that, because at the end of the day, it is your state of consciousness that decides where you are supposed to go. Even we are not talking about it yet, what we call the higher self, because there is an higher self. Yeah. So this higher self, it is yourself. Decide frequently where you are supposed to go, where you must go to learn things. So when I was younger, I was very frequently fighting against the higher self. I was exactly like a dog with a leash, and I would like to go there, and I was pulled this way. So I want to go there. It was terrible. Probably you have seen it. So
yeah.
After years and years and years, I understood that the higher self is myself. So I let it do. Okay, you want to bring me somewhere? Okay, I go. Okay. Thank you.
And for the eyes, I mean, opening the eyes, sometimes they're open, but I think it's not my...
You don't see anything?
Sometimes, yes, I just projected, and everything is things you described and everything, but most of the time I'm surprised and I cannot open my eyes. In some places I hear many things.
It's very simple. It's a question of energetical matter. So you are englued with that. So try to maybe to take a quick acceleration. This is a possibility. What is efficient to me? Because for example, we have Bullman in the USA that says Or put the idea of clarity in your mind to be able to see. I tried many times, it never worked. So what I can do, it's efficient to me, so to physically remove the glue with my hand.
Okay.
So I did that. I mean, clear the window everywhere. So for me, it's functioning.
Okay.
Try that.
Okay.
If you don't see anything, it is because the energetic glue. It is the only reason. There is no other reason. Try to get rid of that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You will see it happen.
Thank you. And if I may add something about some questions, and it's my own experiences, about the lucid dream and what you explained very nicely just before. Something which works a lot with me when I'm in a lucid dream, I decide to die or to jump from a creek, or just like you say, just take a plane. And this is the way it starts.
You're absolutely right. Well, I wouldn't recommend the lucid dream, but it happens. It could help you going out of your body. There is a big inconvenience. Always the same. There is a bit bad aspect. But you, 100% of the time, mostly 100% of the time, you are not able to stay in a full consciousness. And when you go out of a lucid dream, you are bringing back into a dream after 1 minute, 4 minutes, and so on and so on. That's a pity. Yeah. But it's the reason why my advice is to try another methods. But yeah, I know it could happen. I have lived many times also. Yes.
One more question. How do you direct yourself to arrive at certain places which you want to explore? Like the higher worlds, you want to see what's happening in the higher worlds. What can you learn from there? What can you bring back to Earth? What could be useful for us here to know? Those things, and not just go out of the body and end up anywhere to, and just fly over landscapes, but have a purpose there. Meet beings.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yes, it is. We have so beautiful story to tell. Yeah. When I am out of my body, I have only one desire: is to fly and to fly and to fly and to fly, and seeing beauties. But very frequently, I am taken in charge with benevolent beings. And believe me, it is very surprising. Sometimes it's like a show. It's like a show. It's an incredible show. I will try to explain, to give you one example. This time I was out of my body and I found myself in a sort of village. It could be in England, but in the 19th century. But everybody was absolutely clean. It was incredible. It was perfect. Nobody there. So I was fully aware. And I watched, okay, there is no electric things. I'm probably in the past. But it's so clean. Everything was perfect. There is no dirt anywhere. So I was wondering, but where I am? I was fully aware. So I was wondering what to do, maybe flying and going away. And suddenly I saw a woman walking in a little street. As they didn't look at me. Not at all. So I fly to her, gently to her, and say, where are we? There is nobody here. But there is these houses everywhere. But what is it for? There is nobody. And she tell me, it's a real story. She told me, but you should go to the little house at the corner. And if you want to meet people, you can go there. It was so little, like some of see. If I saw it from the external, I would say 5 square meters. Okay, I went through the door and entered this place, and it was very wide, very big, immense. Because in the non-physical worlds, the dimensions are not you can compare. So you can feel it is very small. It is absolutely not small. So it was full of people, like it was a sort of nightclub or a tavern, and nobody paying attention to me. There were human beings, appearance, as if they were dining or drinking, but nobody was, there is no food, no drink, nothing. There was talking each other. So I felt because I felt this being was very more evolved compared to me, higher beings. But there were normal appearance as you can have on a earth level. So I was very shy. So I entered this place and I moved. I was fully aware of being out of my body, no problem. I was so curious to examine, to analyze this place. So I went through a corner and I stick myself to a wall. And I was just watching what happened. Nothing happens for a few minutes. I just feel, what is this place? What are those people? Nobody was staring at me. Nobody. Motion. Sorry, I need it is so surprising. I try to get rid of it. I was like a child who would like to not be observed, just be here and observe. Nobody was, one more time, watching at me. Nobody. And suddenly the girl who said to me, okay, you can go in this place. What? She was like an average woman, physically speaking, not so beautiful, not so ugly. Suddenly she appeared again, one more time. And she was like a princess. A princess, incredible princess. She has an incredible dress, and she was a so beautiful woman with luminous body. I was completely overwhelmed. It was a metamorphosis, incredible. So she appeared like that, as if she was an artist. And suddenly there was a ray of light, suddenly like a laser, that appeared. I was completely surprised, and it hit a wall at the end of the room, and the wall disappeared, and the cosmos appeared before. I was completely surprised. It was incredible. Sorry. After that, there was another ray of light that was pushed to another wall. And at this moment, this wall disappeared also, and I saw the cosmos, the big cosmos, the stars and so on and so forth. And suddenly, new people appeared in the room. They were dressed in black, and some black, very beautiful. And they were a kind of artistic team. And they plunged into the cosmos. It's difficult to explain because it was far away, but we were all able to see far away. You can do it with the body of light. So they were dancing, they plunged, they went into the deep space, and they were moving as an artistic team. And it was so beautiful. It was completely, wow. You don't have to breathe, in an astral body. But yeah, if I was breathing, it would stop. I was so surprised. So I was sticking to the wall, to my wall, saying, wow, these people are so wonderful. But nobody was paying attention to me. So I watched the show. And there was this woman in the space also with this beautiful body of light and this dress and in princess, incredible beauty. Sorry. And suddenly, a man came to me, I was in the corner. I was as little as possible, saying, okay, they are so beautiful, these people. And he took me with his son to invite me going in the space. And I understood at the very moment that all this stuff was organized for me to, comment dire, m'accueillir, to welcome me, all this stuff. And I understood at this very moment that they have been able to create all the stuff in few seconds without any training. Everything was perfect. I wasn't able to penetrate their mind because they are able to block your investigation. And I was also respectful of what they are. So it's not the only time I was welcomed like that. It was incredible. It was a lesson so deep. When I came back to my body, I was crying. And because you feel so insignificant out of your body when you meet these people. They are so high, they are so beautiful, they are so intelligent, but you feel nothing. You feel just a dog, a small dog, nothing. So you don't want anybody to watch you, you know? And at the very beginning, nobody was watching me. But it was just a kind of show because everybody was watching me. It's just an example. I have few experience like that, and when you come back, you have a lesson. You know, you have a lesson. You are nothing, but you are something. And they have not teach anything to me. They just demonstrate. I have to show you what you are. You have nothing. You are nothing, but you are important. At the same time. You know, it's just an example. When I come back to my body, I cry for half an hour. So, okay. But you are living such things out of your body. You are surprising each time. Sometimes, for example, you found another example in the book with the, you know, I remember the horse. Yeah, it's so, okay, you lived it. Sometimes you are alone, you fly, and sometimes you are welcomed by people, incredible high-level people. They are not negotiating with you. They are not giving you lessons. Not at all. They are just showing you the reality behind your human, earthly personality. Well, it's just an example. Sorry for playing the difficult problem. Any question?
So my question was related to that itself.
Yeah.
That how has it transformed you? Or so you have already, I kind of shared it. But earlier in the session, you have emphasized on feeling or experiencing rather than imagining. So, but I'm not. I have not yet practiced OB, but for me, everything is like to start with is an imagination. So, how to distinguish or from imagination and feeling?
What you live is far away from any imagination. If you try to imagine something, you are very limited. What happens out of the body is far beyond any imagination because you are living, you are watching things you can imagine. It's not possible to imagine it. You are so surprised because, according to me, because I thought about it when I was young, but I saw things beyond imagination. Imagination is a kind of recycling body experience. It's coming from something. It's coming from your memory, physical memory, and you transform it a little bit. But what you live out of your body is completely new. You can't imagine it. I took this little example, but it's not coming from imagination. You know that. It's so deeply modifying you. It's not your imagination. It's impossible. It's not that. And you learn things. And sometimes things you can check after, even in the physical world. So it's not your imagination. I know what is imagination. Right. Practice, do it, and you have no longer this question. It's typical the question you can ask when you don't have out-of-body experience. Fully aware. After that, you don't ask this question. No, finished. You know. Yes.
Yes. So we go out of body and we sit in the presence of the Creator, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
And we choose to sit there for a period of time and practice our spiritual practice, meditation, concentration there. What would be the difference or the advantage or disadvantage in doing that?
The different practicing here is more difficult here.
More difficult?
It's more difficult. What you gain here, it's very worth. It's very important because it's very easy to contact the Creator because you don't have to make any effort. Here, you are in an inertia world. So what you do, it's very difficult. To reach awareness, to reach purity is very difficult. We all know that. So what you do, it increase your ability to reach higher worlds. According to me, the only target is to be able to reach higher worlds. Because you see these worlds of light are so beautiful, but you know there is more beautiful over there. And you meet people coming from these worlds. Sometimes they're just landing in this world and saying, okay, you can go further. And if you want to go further, maybe you could reincarnate, for example. And watching them, maybe you will think, okay, I will do it immediately because I want to be like them. It's so beautiful, it's so wonderful. I want to reincarnate. Okay, I will suffer. It doesn't matter. I want to be in this reality.
Seeing higher worlds, it's wonderful. How does that actually transform me in this life? How does that help me in my spiritual practice in this life, in the body?
Yes, it is transforming the body. How it is doing that?
How does out-of-body experience of higher worlds and things help me in my spiritual practice in this life, in the body?
It will give you another point of view. I have the idea what is spirituality. In my view, is bringing some information, light, for example, love, and so absolute, from these levels to this level. It's a kind of like a postman. You have to fetch something and bring it and spread it. Maybe it's a very simple idea. For me, spirituality is that it's a way of building a bridge between different levels of reality and spread it as much as possible.
Okay. I have one more question, and I'm done. I'm very happy to meet you. I think you're the only person who can answer this for me. I had a friend and also a pretty well-known spiritual teacher who was very adept at out-of-body and taught it. And he claimed, and I never could understand how this was possible, but he claimed, and he was a good man, and I always thought he told truth, that he could actually sit in a chair, and he demonstrated it, but I couldn't prove it, that he could be in both places at once. He could be here and also go to a familiar place out of body and be in both at the same time. Is that possible?
Yeah, it is. Yes, but it's another topic. Yes, it is. Yes.
Very embarrassed.
Yes, because this is the first day. But yes, it's absolutely possible. Yes.
Okay.
There's so much things to explain. Yes, absolutely possible. Yes.
So,
even at this moment, you are here, but you are really in another places at the same time. But I discovered it on the ground. Yes, nobody told me, but I found it. And I was very surprised.
my question is at conceptual level. During your travel, out of body travels, can you make any change? actual change the place you are visiting or the situation you are visiting, or you're just observing?
Yes, you can communicate and you can make change. Yes, absolutely. Mostly in the, for example, in the higher world, you have a creation power very high. So you can create, I would say, an ocean, a house, a land. You can create many things. So you do that.
You can do this.
Yeah, yes, you will do that.
But what happens when you travel to the past? Supposing you are traveling to the past time, can you make changes there?
No.
No.
I
Then
don't think so.
That's not possible.
I tried. I don't know if it's possible, but my experience showed that I couldn't do it.
Okay. So future it's possible?
I don't know.
Or other worlds?
I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
I don't understand what is the future, what is the past. I no longer understand what it is. Really, no. Sorry, I couldn't answer the question.
Hi, my question is that how does the bridge get formed between the place you've gone and then when you come back? So isn't that a process of making a bridge construct?
It's a consciousness process.
Yeah.
The bridge is
So could you tell us a little about that?
The bridge is building by our consciousness. You have to have a form of continuity of your consciousness through the different level of reality. I found it 25 years ago. I was thinking about that, so I try to do that out of body state. It's written in my book, but simply. But yes, it's a question of continuous consciousness through the different level of reality. The bridge is that, it's the pure consciousness. Having said that, there is nothing apart the consciousness. There is nothing as the material, as all things in the creation are pure consciousness. There is nothing which is not consciousness, pure consciousness. Don't you have to build this continuous consciousness through the different scales of world, and probably Sri Aurobindo talk about that because it is real. Donc, I believe I'm very confident of this guy, Sri Aurobindo, and Mer, because he seems to be the right guy at the right place on Earth. I'm not certain, but it should be.
Because the mother says that when one gets up in the morning, one should make the waking process very, very gentle and very slow so that you're able to.
Yeah, absolutely. She is absolutely right.
Yeah, so you're able to bring down what you've.
It's not bad, this mother. Not bad also. She's absolutely right.
She's not bad. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, you have the mic.
In reading through your book, there was a time, I believe you wrote that you did not think too much of humanity, of human beings.
I'm not really a human being. A human being, yeah. Because the most part of my souvenir, I'm not human on Earth. And I don't feel like I am a real human being. I mean, earthly being. Really.
My question, therefore, is have you felt anything about the evolution of humanity in your travels?
Yes. Yes, I've seen many things. I have learned that this humanity was biologically created by extraterrestrial. I've learned it. I saw that the evolution of this humanity is for millenniums. It's a long, very long-term project. I saw we are not this physical body. We use this physical body, so we are not human. We just use a physical human body. We are not this body. This is evident. I'm not this body. Even when I had this lizard body, I was not lizard. I just used a physical lizard body. What we call the reptilian body. I'm not the body. You are not the body. So after that, you see what is the big picture. You see more clearly what is the big picture. And the more you understand that this is complex. You understand that, but you see that you have to understand that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And it doesn't stop. There is no limit. You have to understand. You have to learn so much. Yeah, there is a plan for this humanity, yes. There is a plan for every being in the creation. And there is also the eternity. So what means evolution through the eternity? That's a big question. What means the evolution through the eternity? Because we have been existing forever. So you had time to evaluate. Because you have been existing forever. So you have so many questions, with no answer. So the more you are progressing, the more you have new answers.
So I would ask them, do you see an evolution from man to a higher man?
Yes, it happens everywhere. On every planet, physical planet or higher planet, it happens everywhere. There is an evolution. But not only of men, because we are so full of selfishness on this planet. So full of selfishness because we are so surrounded with other beings we call animals. Well, that's a strange idea. So the human being, the human earthly being, is separate from the rest of the creation. This is completely false. When you go out, when you travel out of your body, you meet the so-called animals. And you are very surprised to discuss with them. Cats, horses, and so on and so forth. So the more you are traveling, the less you are imagining, creating these walls between human beings and the animals. They are beings, fully beings, and there is no hierarchy between human beings and the other so-called animal. This is absolutely false, totally false. It's not a question of morality, of not an ethical point of view. This is purely false. You see it clearly. We have an example with Maria. I come back to Maria. Recently, it was last year or the year before, she has a contact with fishes. Suddenly, she became aware of their suffering and everything. And suddenly, she stopped eating fishes. All of a sudden, because she became aware of the reality. We think we are superior. We think we are the chosen in the creation, but it's bullshit. We are so selfish, so stupid, really, so stupid. If you can see clearly things, you can see even in a little spider, there is a powerful intention. This is very clear. Size doesn't matter. Absolutely not. We can talk about it for hours.
I'd like to ask you if this experience you have led you to understand the reason why our memory is erased. Because I'm telling you, because, after reading the Roosevelt, the alien interview, he's giving an explanation which is quite scary, like it was purposely done. By this.
I don't stick to
you don't stick to that.
No. It is a real event. But I have a good friend of mine, which is, sorry, he's dead recently, who knows many things because he has a friend, Zeta Reticuli friend.
Uh-huh.
Yes. He has a close friend which was from this planet.
Okay, so that's
this is absolutely real.
But the reason why it's if it's not the reason which is given by this alien,
No. Okay. This information is not provided by the real source. I think you have to understand that the earthly authority doesn't want to release this information.
Okay.
So you have many false information circulating. Many. It's just for lying to you. Okay, so there is only one way to go to the direct source, in direct information. You don't learn anything with internet, with the books. You don't learn anything. You can do it with direct experience. You have to meet a guy from somewhere else. You have to meet physically or out of your body, because you can meet them. So, and sometimes you meet them physically. Sometimes they come to you and they talk to you. It's much more complex than you have heard about this Roswell incident. The reality is much more complex, that it's very difficult to be able to get to support, to integrate all this information with the cosmos stuff. It's so complex, it's so difficult to accept. It's very easy, it's much more easy to say, okay, there is benevolent it is and aggressive it is. It's very simple. Having said that, you feel comfortable. There is bad people in the space and good people in the space. But it's much more complex. And it's much more difficult to understand because it's much more complex. It's direct experience. Okay. The only way to know things. Yep. Because everything, even in internet, you have a mix between truth and false information. How do you make the difference? How could you do that? You have to put your hand in the topic, to go on the ground, to meet people directly. It's very difficult because many people are thinking that they are knowing things because they watch a movie on the internet stuff. There is so many stupidity. Yeah. So many. Yes.
Yes, this term you used about just hopping onto another planet or what was that when you said just kind of randomly showing up at a place, opening up to see where you'll end up?
You can do it randomly.
What was the name you gave it?
Sorry?
What was the name that you gave it?
Of what?
Just randomly going to a place without choosing where.
You have to have the address. What do you mean? If you want to go to the precise point, you have to.
No. You mentioned sometimes that you don't know where you're going and you'll just appear.
Crash projection.
Crash projection. Okay, crash projection. Okay.
You go out of your body and you are falling somewhere.
Right. So
okay, where I am.
In a crash projection, how do you recommend? What attitude do you recommend taking on with sort of the locals? Because oftentimes when that's happened to me, I feel like imposter syndrome, and I'm afraid to interact with anybody because I think they'll find out I'm not who they are.
Don't be afraid.
And
they're there to do anything you want.
Like you mentioned that you were in the room and you just wanted to observe everybody.
And when it is possible to interfere, to talk with the beings, I'm not afraid of what do you risk? You don't risk anything. You can do anything you want. You are not going to be killed.
Right.
No, it's not possible. You are not going to be hurt. So do what you want to do.
How do you know how they're perceiving you? Because one time a man really shouted at me and it looked like he was trying to ward me off.
Sometimes they don't perceive, they're not able to perceive you. So you see it. Try to talk to them, to touch them. If they don't feel anything, so you have subtle fervent or this is okay. But sometimes you really, and you can change false boring or information with them. So it's very, very interesting. Do it as soon as possible and as frequently as possible.
Okay.
Yes. There. Don't hesitate. And check everything. When you have a cross projection, just examine every detail, each detail. Full your mind, full your memory, but all the details. Be curious. Everything you are living out of your body. It's normal.
Sure.
Be curious.
Okay.
What time is it?
All right, one more question.
Okay, we have 20 minutes left. Because the garden, so yes.
You mentioned about crossing this earth and galaxies and all that. So that seems to me to be traversing on the physical or the material plane like that.
Yeah.
At the same time, you also mentioned about going to what you call higher universes.
Yeah.
So that won't be physical or material.
Yeah.
So how does the shift happen from the travel on, what you're perceiving materially? You're using the word galaxy, right? So it is perceptible to your visual sense, as opposed to, I guess, the vertical ascent where you go.
Yeah, vertical ascent, yes.
How does the shift in the body that you're having happen for this? Do you understand my question?
Yes, there is two movements possible in the space,
okay,
into the physical world, and you can also move in another dimension as a vertical increasing of your vibration. But when you reach another universe, you can, after that, circulate geographically, in a space, in a new space. And the more this universe is vibrating, the more it is wide. It is big.
Okay.
So you have two basic movements, space movement and vibration movement. And you can combine both.
You can combine both.
Yes, but you have a way to know where you are in terms of vibration. For example, the intensity of the beauty of the light. It gives you a clue. It gives you a clue where you are. I mean, on the vibrational scale. The more the bright is intense, the higher you are. And the beauty of the colors too, and the presence of God and the presence of love. So,
okay.
And you already know that.
And I mean, like Mother at one place says that she reached the border of the form and the formless.
Yeah.
Beyond that point, she says there are no forms.
She said that, she's right.
Some mother.
I should have read some book, but I already know that. Yes, she's right. Mother is saying. Yeah, she's right. At a certain level, you are starting to meet people, beings with no form, no shape. They are only sort of ball of light. We would say that something like that, but it's a bad description too. So at the border, you can meet people like that. People with a shape, human shape or any shape, and people with no shape. And at the border, there is a kind of melt of this type of, but over the border, no shape at all. Arupa would say in ancient language, Arupa.
Right.
And you understand, this plan was very hard. So she went there. She was clever. She was good. Good one.
Yeah.
I did it only a few times.
Oh.
All right.
Thank you.
I have one question here. So on continuing with the Mother and Sri Aurobindo, they were not a spiritual summation of the past. They brought something brand new, something new, and that is the concept, the act of the supramental into the material.
Mm-hmm.
Have you come across that in these high planes above? Anyone talking about that or doing that, or what are they doing spiritually up there?
We have a discussion about the supramental with Radhalou.
Right.
Because what is supposed to be written by Sri Aurobindo and Mer is that it will be the first time in the creation that the supramental will occur.
Right.
And absolutely not in the physical, yes. I absolutely disagree with that.
You agree?
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with
No, I don't agree with that. Absolutely not. Maybe they didn't know before that it was very frequent. Maybe the rule in the universe, in the creation. Maybe I don't know the reason why they told it, but it's absolutely not new. It is not the first time the supermantle will occur in a planet. It happens always, everywhere. Sorry. I'm absolutely certain. No doubt. But I don't want to hurt you. Sorry. We have.
Just as a clarification, there's a nuance
myself.
involved. Sri Aurobindo is very clear that there have been rishis who have incarnated the supramental consciousness. But it was an individual realization. You get the difference? And in the work which was being done here, it was to imprint it in the collective consciousness as a whole.
Yeah.
So he says, yes, it has happened in individuals, but they did it for themselves, not as an imprint into the collective consciousness. So there's some fine nuance involved. But it doesn't matter. It's a viewpoint.
Because it happened before, even in a collective consciousness, in what I call the bubble of realities. There is one bubble surrounding this planet. And if we are talking about this planet, maybe yes. But what about the other animals, so-called? What do we know about these so-called animals? Because we are so superior, pretendedly superior to these animals. Maybe we are totally wrong. Maybe you are totally wrong. I think we are.
I had 2 questions. So that when these other worlds that you experience, do you find them to tend to be more objective in the sense that if we both went there, we'd see the same thing, or very subjective? We would interpret it differently.
If you come, for example, if you come to the same world, you will see the same thing as I see. They are objective.
So it won't be different depending on our own biases, or
no, you will see exactly the same thing as me.
Okay.
If you go to the same place at the same universe, you will see exactly the same thing.
Okay. My other question was.
But
yeah,
in this world, we don't see exactly the same thing because we are dreaming. That's the difference. You jump into the reality. In this world, if you watch this table, you won't see the same table as me. We are dreaming.
But it's only in this reality that it's like that?
We are not in the reality, we are dreaming. The table is real, but you don't see it as the same way I see it because we are both dreaming. After that, we are not dreaming, so the world, the universe, the creation is more objective. You see it as it is real. We are dreaming.
Okay. And based off your own experience, what do you see as the significance of Earth itself? Do you find it to be just like another planet where evolution is taking place, or do you find it's a very significant place, or there's some special importance to Earth? Do other beings see it as important? Or
if you want to talk about this planet, it is significant because we are here. But in an absolute point of view, there is nothing significant. There is not a special place. Not at all. In any way. It's not a special place. This is a ridiculous idea. Typically earthly idea, human ignorant. It's ridiculous. It's because many civilizations, high evolutionary civilizations, are laughing at Earth because we think it is a special place. But you know, we know now that because before, I would say, before the years in the previous century, before the year, I would say, 1990, scientists thought that there is no planet except around the solar system. You watch a video, the more advanced scientists, Earth scientists, said planet only exists around the in the solar system. You know it's right. And they were persuaded that it was the truth. And suddenly, in the year 90, they start to discover new planets. And now they know, just 30 years after, that it is the rule, it's not the exception. There is planet everywhere. zillion and zillion of planets if you are only talking of our galaxy. This is typically a nerve fault. We think we are alone, we are special. This is a special place, a special way to be evaluated. We are chosen. God creates specially this place to have, he specially here to do special things. This is completely bullshit. This is so evident. If you go out of your body, you have so many magnificent worlds, and you say, okay, imagine you go to a magnificent world and say, okay, I am only place is a creation chosen by God. Well, sure. Yeah, this is the place to be in the whole creation. But there is zillion and zillion of planets like this one. Many more beautiful planets also, with more evolved beings. No, this is the place to be. The only point is the creation. Through the eternity, you must be, because this is the central point. This is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I have no word to explain it. This is so evident. This is stupid. The whole cosmos is laughing at us because of this type of idea. This is so stupid.
One more question on that. Do you feel you can progress spiritually outside of this reality as easily? Because you hear that we come to Earth because we can progress faster here than if we were outside of this reality. Are things much more difficult or static outside of this reality, so you don't change as much, you don't grow as much?
This is a very low world. So when you evolve in a low world, very muddy world, very mud with inertia, you gain more. There's the reason why we are descending through the scales and taking this bloody physical body, because each thing you are learning is learning for eternity, and it's very strong teaching. So difficulty is exactly like making sport. If you, for example, if you take heavy weights, it's better than taking light weights if you want to train. It's a very difficult training here because you don't remember who you are. You have a bloody, physical body, unable to do so many things. You don't understand basic reality. You're not able to remember whatsoever. You're the bloody, deep state of dream. So if you are able to learn something, you are a strong guy. So this is why we took these bodies here.
Is it possible to relate some of the spiritual realities that these higher planes have taught you or related to you?
Sorry?
Is it possible to relate some of the spiritual realities that these higher beings were low, the higher beings have related to you? To express to us? What are they doing spiritually?
Yeah.
Enlighten us.
I can.
Good.
I can, for example, to explain what is a spirituality on the planet I called SS3 when I was a reptilian. It's not a kind of, there is no beliefs. It's just facts, first of all. Spirituality, when you are increasing your ability, your intelligence, spirituality is objective. It's like a science. And there is no boundary between the physical world, the physical laws, and the spiritual laws. This is a unique system. Okay, having said that, you understand quickly because the technology also shows that what we feel, what we think is conscious and what we think is not conscious, it is a false idea. Because on Ancestral, we are able to build materials, things, able to be conscious. Because it's a profound nature of everything to be conscious. So we have exotic material able to be conscious, fully conscious, not a little bit conscious. For example, our spaceship are conscious, completely, every part. It's not a computer. It's much more than a computer. So coming back to spirituality on SS3. Spirituality could be measured. For example, your memory. We call it, make a comparison, putting lights far away from the past, lightening the past. But we were talking about lighting the future because we are normally able to see the future for a few days or a few weeks. We see the future. And the more you are able to see the future exactly as it is, as it will be, the more you are evaluated. And we are able also to describe, to light and light the sides. So you can see another dimension, another bubble of reality. And you can visit it with Anne. I have remembered it the way to technically increase our natural ability on SS3 to use remote viewing, which is more advanced with our mind. So we are able to explore all the cosmos, physical cosmos, and the surrender, les environs du cosmos, with the remote viewing ability increased by technology we have. So we are able to experiment so many things just sitting in a chair, if you write a chair. So spirituality is a way of increasing our knowledge, increasing our, I would say, to increase the size of our bubble. And for example, another example, we are at the same time very individualized, and at the same time very conscious of the whole of our species. For example, if one of our people are making something bad, for example, we feel really as we are all responsible of that. It's not a question of ethics, it's a question of seeing the reality. We are all responsible as an entity, but we are not a band of, I would say, it's not a global mind. It's a global mind plus a very strong identity, personal identity. If I make a comparison, I don't want to disturb you. If I make a comparison, if I take my memory of having been a big lizard, a reptilian, if I watch the people on Earth, I see them as a band of bees with mainly a common spirit and a very low individuality. Very, very, very low. And you can see it because it's sufficient to watch the TV and to tell the people you are ill or ill and you have to be secluded at home and you have to accept the vaccine, so-called vaccine. And the immense mass of people are afraid and support this thing. So this is a global mind, unconscious mind, as a colony of ants. This humanity is very, very low individualities. It's mostly a global mind. Sure, it's not an hypothesis, this is certain. But there is a part of this humanity with more individualism, yeah, sure. But globally, it's a poor individualism. So spirituality means also collective consciousness and individual consciousness. On SS3, it's much higher than on Earth. And we are pretty aware of not being chosen also. For millions of years, we know that. Sorry, but I give you an example. Just an example. To put the light behind, in front of me and beside me, and enlarging the bubble of reality, because we know we are living in the bubble of reality. This is objective, this is real, and it is built by the subtle matter we call energy, also in the physical world. And we also know, because we can contact them, there is different dimensions. This is not an hypothesis. All of our people are able to communicate with other dimensions. This is absolutely natural. There is it's not so wide, the range of possibilities like that, for example, but on Earth is like that. Almost nothing.
You keep saying that we're dreaming. So do you mean that we're a very unconscious race?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yes. Yes, okay. I can say that. It is o'clock. We have to, sorry. Thank you for coming.
I think that was a very beautiful theme on which to pause our interaction today. But I think it's also a beginning of many more interactions to follow. I think all of you would be interested whenever next something can be organized. And Mark, we will all be looking forward to your next trip and the next opportunity to interact, because there is so much more to share. Whatever he has shared, he's done the minimum required to help us get off in our own journey. But there's so many stories. He has such extraordinary stories. You heard a few. You saw these little groups forming during the lunch break and tea breaks. And some of the stories which came through, I wished he could have shared here with all. One, for example, is his experience while in the womb. And every time his mother had a strong negative thought, how it would impact him as a fetus. And he describes with precision. And you get an idea of what's really happening in a human being. And we're not even conscious of these things. And these are such valuable testimonies and sharings. And of course, his interactions with ETs and various other kinds of watching a person die, what happens? How is the transition taking place? Watching a person incarnate into a womb, how does the link happen? Amazing stories. And you can all feel, and you've all felt the solidity of his narration because of the authenticity of the narration in the vibe itself. And this is so precious. And this is why I found his book so moving and so inspiring. And I would really highly recommend for all of you to please do read the book. You also see that there's his subtle French humor, which I hope we've all enjoyed. And you see him, how he's rooted in the foundation of his personal experience. Yeah. There are things he can go outside, speculate, he will not. He will just say, I don't know. And yet he can speak so much because the experience is so rich and wide. And this is extremely rare. And finally, I want to also comment about the way he's rigorous in his experiences and in the way he articulates them, honesty, and the intuitive perception, which cuts through the clutter of appearances to go to the heart of the matter. This is so precious. And that's why, Mark, we are truly grateful for everything you've shared, and the more that you will. I'll close with a couple of observations, because many people asked, what does the mother have to say about going out of body? Is it something which was advisable? Is it not advisable? Did she give any indications? So I want to share a few things which will perhaps help you also to locate all that we have discussed in your own lives. First of all, she said, and this is an interaction that took place in the playground. She tells the students and the disciples, she says, have any of you gone out of the body? And no, no, no. And then she says, well, when you are able to do that, come to me. And I will take you and show you all those higher worlds and show you so many interesting things in the universe. So she's not saying don't do. She's saying when you do it, come to me and I will help you and I will show you, like a tour guide to take you around. The second thing which she did actually train a few people to go out of the body. For whatever reason, she selected a few, didn't do it generally. And she also particularly took Huta, took her out of the body multiple times on multiple occasions to different worlds, different states, because Huta's job was to paint those scenes from Savitri, and many of the scenes are from those higher and even lower worlds, including some of the most dangerous hellish worlds. She took her in those, had her experience it, and then have her paint it. So again, I think it will help us to put it into context. And finally, I want to read from Sri Aurobindo. It's a quotation which we have actually put in the introduction to Mark's book on the Indian edition, where Sri Aurobindo writes, if mankind could see, though in a glimpse of fleeting experience, what infinite enjoyments, what perfect forces, what luminous reaches of spontaneous knowledge, what wide calms of our being lie waiting for us in the tracts which our animal evolution has not yet conquered. If we could see, but in a glimpse. They would leave all and never rest till they had gained these treasures. But the way is narrow, the doors are hard to force, and fear, distrust, and skepticism are there sentinels of nature to forbid the turning away of our feet from her ordinary pastures. Having said this, we can all appreciate that Marc has had more than a glimpse of some of these realms, which is why he's so eager for all of us to be able to share in them and become conscious voyagers, as is our destiny in our spiritual evolution, an inevitable destiny. I want to also take this occasion to thank everybody who's made today possible, particularly starting with the book itself. This book was prepared very rapidly. It's taken a lot of hard work by many people, particularly I want to thank... I want to thank Narad, who spent 3 full days and nights, almost, proofreading in minute detail, and Maya, who's gone through multiple proofing cycles and checking and corrections. So it's been a long work, and finally the press, which has done the whole work in 10 days, despite all the holidays in between. And we got it last night at 10:30. The books came. So it's been a grace. I want to thank Priyasha for the beautiful posters which have been in circulation, which you see on the display also. Those posters have been, that's been her work of love and publicity, which has been done by Maya, Alina, Aishwarya, Joel, and Lakshmi Jyoti, who have put posters everywhere, put it out the circular so that all of us could be informed of the occasion. And today particularly, I want to thank Amitav, Renke, and Arindam for much of the organization behind the scenes, which when you don't notice it, then it's been well done. And especially Amitav's team, which was helping him, which is actually a team from Deepa, who has kindly brought her helpers, Priyanka and Pavitra, who are sitting outside with the sales and the welcome. They, in particular, may be known to you indirectly because those of you who have watched Narad's videos, those videos have been edited by them. So that's just for you to have the background. And today's videography, which has been done by Vivek and Om, these 2 young men. It was by sheer grace. We had never met 2 days ago. It's 2 days ago we met, and by sheer grace, they were actually assigned this task by the divine grace. And I could not have asked for better, more professional, more competent videographers, even after paying people. I couldn't have asked for better. I just want to thank you both for really what a wonderful job you've done. And finally, Anne, who selected the music, which you were hearing during the break and the beginning. And of course, for looking after Marc. And finally, thanks to Marc for everything. It's a very precious gift that you share with us. Through your words, through your presence, you transmit the depth and intensity of your experiences and inspire us to also become conscious voyagers. Thank you, Marc. And finally, we will close with a brief concentration in gratitude and thanks to the Divine Mother, to the Divine Grace, which has brought us all together as a spiritual family. And thank you once again. Looking forward to our next meeting when hopefully many more of us will be conscious voyagers and we'll be able to raise our hands and say, yes, we too have experienced. Thank you and goodbye. Good night to all.
And thank you, Shadana.